Loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 988 of the Two Dum Yinzers, guys. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Maybe it's good morning, maybe it's good afternoon, maybe it's good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to you. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing well, my friend. Had a good weekend. Ready to get back in the saddle.
Did you have a nice Father's Day?
I did. I
Good.
did. It was nice. My mother had my brother and I slaving away out in the hot sun over the hillside. So, it was a great Father's Day. But no, it was good. It was good.
Good. It's summertime, so I guess it's time to do all that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Again, 988. This is 988. Mike, just 12 short shows away from the big 1,000 here in the Two Dum Yinzers, the 5-year anniversary, if you will, starting of season 10, just right around the corner, guys. Glad to be back on this beautiful, warm Monday, Western Pennsylvania morning. Lots going on around here today. Lots going on with our sports. Lots going on just in general. I want to get into it all today, so we're not going to wait very long to get rolling. I do want to say what's up to my man Tortilla in the house. Always prompt. He is very, very prompt, Mike. He says, what's up? Always great
What's
seeing Tortilla from all the way from Sacramento, California. The original OG Yinzer Joe says, what's up? Yinzers trade JPJ. Wow, wow. And also Tortilla says this. Yeah, let's trade Jalen Warren too. Fuck it. Trade all of our players for picks, and then trade those picks for good players, and then trade those picks for good players, and trade those good players for picks. Tortilla.
That works.
That is way, albeit Mike, it is 12:48 here on the East Coast. That is way too early to do that kind of thinking here. But you know what? Tortilla's the man. He does what he does, and you know what? We love it here. Let's go here to my man, the myth, the man, the myth, the mustache, Mark Malone, and the Heezy Big Baby. He says we need Warren here, definitely for show. Guys, a lot to get into, and I also want to say, Steel Loyal, he says, fuck them picks. Rams probably. Always great seeing Steel Loyal all the way from North Carolina. Great seeing everybody today. Now we're talking Tortilla. That's what the original OG Yinzer Joe says, guys. So much to get into today. Before we get started, just a couple things. I promise I won't take forever. But Mike, I do want to touch on just a couple of things here before we get moving along. All right, let's start with this. Derpy and Friends. I decided. See, I always regret going over to Derpy and Friends and watching his show, him and his dopey show over on Sunday night, right here on the channel, because he just pisses me off so bad. I'm watching this show, and dude, I'll have it tomorrow. Maybe I dropped the ball by not having it today. But literally, he starts falling asleep. Mike, he goes from the 12 o'clock position to the 1 o'clock position to the 2 o'clock position to the 3 o'clock position, and you're thinking, okay, this is what Derpy does. He does his waddle and he's back and forth. And
Yeah,
dude, he literally was like this. His mouth was hanging open. His tongue was like, I shit you not. And then his eyes started closing, and then he jumped forward. I don't know how this dude literally does it, Mike. I don't know how he manages to fall asleep during every fucking show he's on. I just don't get it,
dude. It's the best. I remember 2 years ago doing the draft with him, and he just started snoring out of nowhere. Like, brother, like, what are you doing? Like, you make a commitment. You tell people you're going to be there, be focused, be engaged, be ready to go. Take your nap beforehand. You do nothing all day long. Be ready to help, like us, to help them over the nerd shows. Like, dude, get your head out your fucking ass.
Bro, listen. And that's why I hate going and checking it out. I didn't do it the other week because I just hate going over there and watching, because listen, the show's good. It's a good show. If you're into nerdy type things like the movies and the video games and things like this, the stuff that they talk about, it's a good show. I think Chris does a great job. I think The Last Relic does a great job. But Derpy, my God, what are we doing with him? What am I even doing with him?
He should have been fired a long time ago from here. That's all I'm saying.
Derpy and Kabuli need to start a podcast together called The Pillow Talk. Yeah, you ain't shitting. And I got big news. I got big news for you, Tortilla. Just give me a second. Let me get through a couple things here real quick. Big news for Tortilla. That's right. I said it. Big news for Tortilla today. So do stick around just a few moments so we can get into this. Also, Mike, a couple other things before we do get rolling. I do want to say maybe we should do this before Sommer gets here.
Yeah, we should.
Maybe we should get into these results.
Just get it in and get it out. Get in and out early.
Well, we only have a week left, so I mean, there's not that much left to do. But of course, we did for Gay History Month, Gay Pride Month. We did have a competition between Mike and Derpy, where we put both of them on a gay dating website, and the goal of it was to see who could pull more man ass between Mike and Derpy. I'll get into it in just one. You know what? Let me get into it first, and then I'll tell you. I'll tell you a little bit about it. These are the results as of right now, Mike. I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of surprised, but I'm not in a way. Mike, as of right now, the results on the views, Derpy has 152, and you have 142. However, the likes are a lot closer. I tend to think the likes are more important because this is somebody that actually digs you and makes that effort to make it known to you. It's not just a view. So, Mike, the views as we speak are Derpy's 48, you at 45, just a 3.
Okay.
And again, I think that's what you should base it off more with the likes than the views.
It's the likes. It's the likes. I have a higher percentage of likes to views than Derpy does. So I will take that.
Kind of something funny spun off of this, guys. I was doing a little work for the show yesterday, and I was I just googled the show's name to see what it says about us. And the very first thing that it says, the AI answer pops up, and it's like it says, like it said, matter of fact, it says this popular, fast-paced podcast about sports and lifestyle.
Hell yeah, baby.
Lifestyle. We literally been doing this bit for about 3 days, and they stuck us in the lifestyle category. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, the crossover appeal could be off the charts, brother.
Yeah, so there you go.
I just like popular, fast paced.
Listen, I'm going to mix it up a little bit at halftime today just to keep it real, guys. We'll get to that here shortly, but so much going on. There really is. And also, guys, it was Father's Day over the weekend. I do want to say happy Father's Day to you. Everybody that it applies. And I also do want to say, if you were lucky, you might have noticed, Mike, that the Permanis sandwiches were 2 for $1 yesterday. That's right. 2 Permani sandwiches for $11.99 yesterday. And I didn't eat my second sandwich. And I do have a whole entire sandwich right here for after the show. So I am very excited about that. Mike, Father's Day just carrying over into the day after. I do have some Permani's sandwich. I have the Pittsburgher in this box right here. It's going to be great. Cannot wait to get to the sandwich. Guys, welcome back to the show. This is episode 988 of the Two Dum Yinzers. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. A couple things I do want to say right now before we do get started. Tortilla, are you still in the room? If you are in the room, I need your prompt attention. I have something set up for Tortilla here today. It's pretty passive. Nothing that gets him that will be too involved. But again, Tortilla, he says, "What's up, Tortilla? Because you are the first person in the room, I'm going to do something special for you because, again, I said this the other day. You're always here. You're always prompt. How can I not? How can I not show some love to my man Tortilla Jackson, all the way from out in Sacramento, California? I am going to do something today for him, and it's going to change the show moving forward, and it's going to further dictate how the show is ran. So, guys, do stick around. All right. So, guys, what I'm going to do is whoever's first in the show, for example, today is Tortilla. I am going to let him do the coin toss for the show, Mike, and he will be able to decide on whether we could do whether we're going to start on offense or whether we're going to start on defense, totally dictating the direction of the show in its entirety, Mike. So this is what we're going to do, something special moving forward. For anybody that is first, they do get to have the official coin toss for the day, for the show, and point us to the direction on which way we go with this show. So, guys, Tortilla, I'm pulling out my trusty nickel because of our nickel defense. A lot of different things going on with the D, so I'm going to stay theme today. Today is defense, and he is saying this, Mike. He is saying he wants to go defense first, but we're going to have to flip this coin, Tortilla. So what we're going to do, I'm going to flip the coin. You call it, and then whatever it is, heads will be the offense. No, you call heads or tails. Whatever it is, then you get to choose if we go defense or offense. And I see right now you're choosing defense. So let's see if you can nail it. Let's go, Tortilla. If not, we go the opposite direction. Here we go, Tortilla. I'm flipping the coin. You tell me. He says tails. So here we go, guys. And it is heads, unfortunately. The first time trying it. I was really pulling for you, Tortilla.
I was pulling for Tortilla, too. I almost rooted against you, buddy. Sorry. I was rooting for you, Tortilla.
But it's all good. It's all good. Again, it's the just a new page to the show that we decided to add just to get everybody more involved, Tortilla. So we're going to go offense today to kick the show off. But we do appreciate you doing an awesome job, brother. And again, Tortilla is very prompt. So I look for many coin tosses ahead for Mr. Jackson. He says, my gambling addiction is tingling. I love it, baby. Everybody, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Let's get into some sports. Pittsburgh Pirates, Mike, they drop another series, this one against the Rockies. If you can believe this, Mike, they lose the series to the Marlins. They almost lose the series to the A's, and then they lose the series to the Rockies. To me, those are bad signs for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They lose yesterday, or they win yesterday 8-2 to at least salvage a win in the series, Mike. They are off today, and they will be hosting the Seattle Mariners tomorrow, 6:40, game 1 of 3. Pirates sitting at 39-39, and now all of a sudden, Mike, the Pirates want to start worrying about pitching, relief pitching, and making trades. And again, Mike, in my opinion, it's already too far gone for a couple of reasons. Mainly, once you get into the last month and a half of baseball, once it's past the trade deadline, about 80% of the teams don't even try anymore. They just don't, which is good for us. But you got to remember, every other team in the division also has that same competition. So in my opinion, it's way too late, Mike. I've been crying, get relief pitching for 6 weeks. They just continue to lose games that they probably should have won. Mike, the Pirates, in my opinion, they're in their free fall. It's just my opinion, but we will see. They're back at it tomorrow, hosting the Mariners at 6:40.
If they only would have listened to me and traded for relief pitching sooner, get this shit done now. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb yinzer.
Mike, also the big weekend in soccer, the other football here in the Berg, we get a 0-0 draw between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Hartford Athletic. That is our men's team, of course. And also, Mike, they'll be back at it Saturday. They'll be back at it next Saturday, actually. They're off for quite some time. I think they have some kind of tournament coming up here, but Brooklyn will be in town on the Saturday, July 4th. And then our gals, Mike, they played last night. They beat the Cleveland Force 3-1. They win the division. The Rivers win in their just second year of competition, Mike. They'll be,
Pittsburgh beating a Cleveland team. Love it.
I know. How rare.
I know, right?
And they'll be back at it on Wednesday, this Wednesday at 7 o'clock, Mike, for their postseason game against Buffalo. So that is 7 o'clock Wednesday. And finally, the big soccer that's going on, like the World Cup. Team USA, we were just getting off the air on Friday when Team USA was getting ready to kick the ball off. My Team USA wins that game 2-0 against Australia. They are up against Turkey on Thursday night at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, in that game against Turkey, we do not have to win. So we can rest our players who need rest. We can sit guys who are in danger of being suspended. We're on to the second round. We're on to the knockout stage, which is awesome because before the tournament started, we were seen as a team that was only here because we're hosting it. The new coach we have, who looks like fucking Russell Crowe, out there, got the boys fired up, ready to go, and I think we're primed to do some damage and get some pretty good clubs in this tournament. I can't wait, man.
Mike, let me ask you, because you're more of a soccer guy than I am. What's the chances? I mean, there's great soccer teams all over the world. Of course, countries that just love soccer. It is their, it's their football. And is it realistic to think that the USA has a chance in this whole thing?
If we would win it, it wouldn't be Miracle on Ice levels, but it would be up there.
How many
as an upset?
How many games are between us and winning a championship? Like, I don't understand the whole process. I don't get into it like that.
There's one more game left in the round robin stage, but that one doesn't count. After that, round of 32, 16, 8, 4, and then we have to win the next 5 games.
Okay,
that count.
That's a lot of soccer.
It all depends on the
draw.
Yeah, it all depends on the draw, on who we get in the next round. One bounce. It's like any sport, man. One bad bounce, you can pull off an upset, but it's going to be tough for us to do it. But I think we can get out of the round robin stage, which we already are, and I think we can win at least 2 more games.
All right.
Then we start getting into the heady competition. If we start winning, now you're talking Miracle on Ice type shit.
All right, so there you go. Let's go Team USA. They're back at it Thursday night, 10 o'clock p.m. Apparently Eastern Standard Time, maybe. I don't know.
Everything's Eastern Standard for us. Yep.
All right, so 10 o'clock on Thursday against Turkey is the next game in line for the Team USA in the World Cup. So let's go USA, USA, USA. A lot to get into today with our PIT. TTTSBURG guys, as the Pittsburgh Steelers news just never stops. It really doesn't. That's why we do what we do 365 days a year. But let's get on the board, Mike. I just want to stay caught up so we don't get far behind on this Monday, this beautiful Monday here in the Berg. Always great to be here. Always great to see everybody. Let me grab a few of these messages. And I do want to say, Tyrone, my brother, my man, he is in the house. And I do want to say to you, my friend, happy Father's Day weekend. Happy New Week. Great to see you as always, Tyrone. You're the GOAT. You know it, bro. Welcome to the show. Let's get here to Steel Loyal. He says, go Braves. Go Braves. That's right. He is a big Braves fan. And you know what? The Braves are they're always competitive. So you know what? They have as good a chance as anybody else. But Tyrone, he kind of disagrees with this. He says, it doesn't matter. The Dodgers are winning it all probably, which, when you spend $1 gazillion, guess what? Mm-hmm. You have a better chance than everybody else. Kind of a shitty way to have competitive sports, but be what it be. I think they're finally talking about it. So maybe they will fix baseball. Maybe. Let's go to Steel Loyal. He says that was so random, Tyrone. Steel also says this. He follows it up by saying, but no, sir. Ty says, I heard baseball said just telling the truth. Again, follow the money, baby. Mm-hmm. That doesn't really change anywhere in life, does it? Follow the money. Let's go here too. But I'm not, listen, I don't know. And the thing about baseball, Mike, it's not always the team that goes in as the best team that wins it. Baseball playoffs are it's cutthroat.
It is.
It's so fast. Every day you turn it around, it's a new game. You're like, wow, that series over already. So again, it's hard to say the Dodgers just because, but a lot of times those teams are in there. But the top team, it's tough, man. It's tough to win that World Series. It really is. Let's go to right here to Steel Loyal says they're talking about soccer. LOL, you just wanted to talk shit to men. Let's go to end of days. My man, how many days till preseason? You know what? I know that it's 83. It's Louis Lips. It's Heath Miller days till we kick off against the Atlanta Falcons to kick off the season. So I'd say roughly 3 weeks before that, give or take. I don't have the countdown exactly, but it's got to be somewhere right around 60 days or so till preseason, give or take. My man, end of days, always great seeing you on the terrible board. To Tortilla says A's had a huge comeback. That's awesome, man. So they're a lot like we are. I have no problem rooting for the A's, and they're in the other leagues. So I don't care, I have no problem hoping that the A's do well. And Jack Wilson's boy, I always root for him as well. Let's go to Tyrone. I heard baseball laugh my fucking ass off. Somber, what's up, dude? Always great seeing Somber from Los Angeles, California. Somber says, I still haven't watched a single World Cup match. And you know what? I got bits and pieces. Mike did have it on here at the studio. He was really into it on Friday, and I kept checking in on it, and it looked good to me. But again, my soccer knowledge is very limited, Mike. You are the soccer mind of the group, which I don't mind admitting. Let's go to Somber. He follows it up by saying, if I want to watch flopping, I'll pull up SGA or Braun low lights, LOL.
Dude, they're going to instant replay, and if they see you're flopping, they are penalizing you. They're like, we ain't dealing with this shit no more, because it got so bad in it. Now they replay assist to find out if you were flopping deliberately. You get yellow card. You get 2 of those in the game. You're kicked out for the game and shit. Yeah, they're cracking down on that now. I love it because it was ruining the game. You barely get touched. Dudes go flying through the air like it's WWE. Now the FIFA's like, fuck that shit.
I'm just thinking, Mike, I don't know what this has nothing to do with anything. My mind just started wandering during that conversation. Again, because it's soccer, not because it's you. I was thinking, Mike, when training camp starts, you ought to wear a shower cap every day to kind of mimic those caps that they wear over their helmets nowadays, and they'd be wearing them in training camp. Perhaps you should wear a shower cap like Big Worm.
Why do I gotta wear it?
Because you look more like Big Worm. It's cool, man. It would be a cool thing. Let's continue on. Let's go right here down to Ty says this. He says, calm down, Loyal. Braves has a chance, shaking my head. Still Loyal says, calm down. I'm fine, bro. Falling out by say, you calm down before I trade.
Damn.
That's really good, Steel. If I was to give a game ball in the first 22 minutes, that's where it would have went, just because.
Damn.
Steel.
He went right for the jugular.
He did go for the jugular, and I like it.
I respect that move.
I respect it too. I'm not against my man Tyrone, but you know what? I still respect it anyway. Let's go to Mark. Mark Malone says this. Speaking of mulling over offers for JPJ as we speak, guys, and as you know, if you jumped in early enough, Tortilla he lost the coin toss today, so we're going to go offense first today. We're going to take the ball and run with it. JPJ is in your closet, Tortilla, says Tyrone, says Mark. Never fails to follow. And you know what? I agree, baby. So many like possible MVPs on this terrible board every day. And we are going with MVPs this year. We are going with awards this year. It's all going to be, it's about it, baby. It's all about Steelers, all about football. It's going to be right here on the Dum Yinzers show. I think that not just the people that in the audience, Mike, but also people that work here around the city, again, by everything. I'll just leave it right there. I'm just going to leave it right there. Say we love the audience, and we have more people than the audience watching us. We do know this, so let's just keep up and keep going.
Just saying.
And let's just keep moving. Let's go here. Steel Loyal says, I knew that would make Mark spawn. Tyrone says, thanks. No, man, my man's thanking Steel Loyal. LOL, guys, lots of things going on. Great to see everybody today. Also, Tortilla, you got a drink. Yeah. How did that go? I was expected to get the phone call late on Friday night. I had to go get Tortilla from the hospital, but that never happened. Yinzer Joe says, did I hear MVS? Why are we talking about him, guys? Let's get into some offense. Tortilla did lose the coin toss today. We are going to choose to receive. This is offensive Steeler football talk, Mike. Let's get into it. Of course, before we do roll, camp just a little over a month away, guys. Today it's summer. Today it is June 22nd, Mike, and on July 28th, the players for the Pittsburgh Steelers start showing up at St. Vincent College in Latrobe. On the 29th, they officially start camp. On the 3rd of August, Mike, will be the first padded practice. On August 8th, they will be doing Saturday Night Lights. Mike, Coach Mac changed a few things up, Mike. We're going to talk about that today, not just the night of the Lights game. Practice. We got a lot to get into. And finally, Mike, the 17th is the last practice on training camp. So a lot's going on and just a little over a month away. I know everybody's excited. I know that we're excited. Lots of stuff to get into today. Let me grab a couple more messages. We're going to start trying to move the ball if you can. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says, I am the liquor, baby. I am the liquor.
Hell yeah.
Also,
You are
Tyrone
the
says
liquor.
JPJ will buy you a lot of liquor, brother. Steel Loyal says 30 million worth of liquor. That's a lot of liquor. Guys, let's get to the offense. Time to receive the ball. Mike, a few things here about this offense. Let's talk about. I didn't catch this story. Perhaps I don't know. Perhaps I slept through it. I don't know I don't know how I missed it. But this, Mike, of course, Aaron Rodgers apparently was skeptical of young wide receivers being such a big part of an offense. I maybe this is what the Roman Wilson stuff stems from. This is the note that I got here, Mike. Aaron Rodgers skeptical of young wide receivers playing major roles within an offense. They have lack of leadership. The know-how, everything along these lines.
Mhm.
Is this going to affect Jeremy Bernard? Mike, because again, this is over the weekend. I didn't know anything about this. We speculated that possibly the relationship with Aaron Rodgers was what was happening with Roman Wilson, possibly. But Mike, if this be the case, does this affect Jeremy Bernard?
It could, if this is true, it could big time. But
This was by way of Sports Illustrated. I just want to throw that out there.
okay, but Jeremy, the way he's been acting, and the way you hear it, he's not doing like typical rookie thing. He's asking all the right questions, doing all the right things, doing all the dirty work. So I don't think it will. I think he's going to be that guy that's there every practice, every meeting, every outside meeting, every hey, Aaron's doing the hey, I'm having my weekly meeting with all the receivers and tight ends. You coming? I think he will be there. He's been that guy in college. He's been that guy so far early in the pros. I don't think it will. I think he'll end up trusting him more than maybe a veteran or two.
And I hope so, because at the end of the day, I mean, we're going to be complaining all season long if that be the case. Obviously, I mean, the fans obviously have a vision of how they believe things should go and how they want things to go. But again, that doesn't resonate out to the field. And again, at the end of the day, we thought that Roman Wilson should have been out on the field more. We thought Roman Wilson should have been getting more opportunities. So at the end of the day, I mean, Jeremy, of course, being such a big part of this offense, we think. But again, Mike, new coaching staff, new system. There's a whole lot of things that we are going to learn about the team. I do want to just say, Somber, it was Sports Illustrated. I don't know. I grabbed the article this morning. It may or may not have been over the weekend, but it was posted. The date was over the weekend. So again, you can look into that if you'd like. Let's do Mike. I already trust Jeremy Bernard with my life. And you know what? I think a lot of people feel that way still. I think a lot of people are very optimistic and confident in all the news that we're hearing is good. But wouldn't this be some shit, guys, if we're in week 3 and we're going, where's Jeremy Bernard at?
I don't think we are. I don't think we are. I think he's going to be a major piece of this offense.
I hope you're right, and he needs to be. I mean, he really needs to be. And let's grab a couple comments regarding this matter, because again, very. Again, under the old way, it could have been a very good possibility for years. Sometimes you didn't see rookies, Mike. I thought Darnell Washington should have played a little bit earlier. I thought, again, going down the list of players, we do this every year. You know what I'm talking about. Let's go right here to Somber. Okay, we did get that. That it was in SI. I did get that this morning, and it was dated, I think, today or yesterday. Let's go to the original OG Yinzer Joe says it's because of Roman, he's hesitant about rookies improving and evolving. But yeah, I know. I don't know. I just hope this isn't a thing. And again, under the new coaching staff, I tend to think it's not going to be the thing. Just because it's a change, and again, things are going to be different. So again, we do have some differences that is coming up, guys, to get to in just a few minutes here. But let's continue on the board. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says, I don't think so, Ryan. Jeremy is not Roman. He actually knows plays and runs his right routes. Even in his first press conference, he brought it up. And here's the thing. I would assume that he'll be okay. And again, under a new system, Mike, it shouldn't reflect anything from the old system.
Yeah.
So I would think, but again, I just don't want to be saying, because I mean, okay, Mike, this is after we're in Roman Wilson's third year. His third year, bro. You're a wide receiver in the football in a professional football league where they pay you millions of dollars, and bro, you're still having trouble getting on the same page. That's my problem. What if Jeremy runs into a little issue? What if something comes along like where it's again, I just hope this isn't the case. I hope it isn't the case. I hope the article's wrong. I hope that again, we've seen it many a times. That's all I'm saying. But I'm going on the, I'm going to go with it's a new system, new coaches. This isn't going to be an issue. But boy, could you imagine if that was if it played out like that?
If it played out like that, where oh God, I'd be so disappointed. But I don't think it's going to be. This kid's showing, just in the limited time that he's been there, he's been doing all the right things. Been the one talked about the most on the offense, outside of our linemen, of just how prepared and on point that he is. So I'm going in with good vibes this year for the youngsters.
And like I said, I mean, this is speculation, but here's the thing: like, there's so many things that we've seen on this team over the past few years that just left us scratching our heads. So at the end of the day, hopefully this is something new that again changes under the new system. I sure hope that's the case, because we kind of need our rookie. And again, if he makes the transition over to the NFL, we should be just fine. Let's go down here to Steel Loyal. He says, it's a toxic trait of mine, already trusting Jeremy Bernard with his life. Tyrone says, Bernard is him. Damn, I can't wait to see this dog ball. I will be getting his jersey preseason. And I do want to say that Chop, Mike, as you've seen in our group chat,
Yes.
Chop was sporting the new Drew Aller Steeler jersey. I thought he was sending gay pics, but it wasn't gay pics. It was him wearing his Drew Aller jersey.
It was too. It was never seen a man that happy to own a Drew Aller jersey. Find you someone that loves Drew Aller the way Chop loves Drew Aller. Like I hope that faith and trust is not misplaced, because that's going to mean, he turned out to be the real deal, and I hope he does. But having watched him play for 3 years, I don't think he will be. But I'm rooting for the kid, because it means the team's going to do well. But I'm also rooting for a little old spunky Will Hire, because that means the team would do well. But man, yeah, Chop was so happy in that jersey. I didn't want to rain on his parade.
He was typing MVP under it and shit. I thought,
dude, it was like MVP. It wasn't just MVP. It was MVP. I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah.
I wish I could get that excited about my Drew Aller. Oh, somber.
And you will. you will be excited about your Drew Aller, and we will. Somber Drew Aller picks, gay picks, same. And if he plays well, you will be as excited as Chop, I can imagine.
Oh yeah.
Grab a couple more messages before we do move on to the next topic. DK Pittman Bernard is dangerous. Let's go here. Oh, I'm sorry, I did miss Ty right here. I apologize. Ty says, I'm just happy for the Steelers finally drafted a real wide receiver in 3 years, and Pittman for the 6th. Omar really cooked this offseason. He sure did. Remember we were talking about how the Steelers improved, and little Tater Tard was like, but everybody else improved too. Shut up. Steelers are going to be good. Listen, if the Steelers aren't good this year, I'll be very surprised. I will be very surprised, because under a stale system that everybody knew we was going to run week to week for about 8 years now, I think by default we have to be better, because things are going to be different. And the fact that we played with one wide receiver, I think by default things would have to be better. But again, we'll see. Let's continue. Tyrone says this. DK Pittman Bernard is dangerous. Mark Malone says Bernard will likely never see JPJ again. Somber, really his second. I think you're talking about Roman. I mean, he was his injury. I don't know if it kept him out his whole entire first year, but he didn't have any opportunities. Let's just say his injury kept him out the entire year, which that's probably not the case. I mean, they probably made a decision based on that, yes, but then he does have a whole year last year. Doesn't even get, come on. I'm just saying, he's going into his 3rd year, and the guy literally has nothing on his resume. This is somebody that we expected to be our number 3. I don't know. Ty says, this Mark Bernard won't be seeing you. Let's go to Steel Loyal. He says, I'm going to tag Mark in my JPJ edit when he signs. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, Drew Aller jersey. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll see. Hopefully not another KP moment. They are getting a little extra excited, the Penn State fans. I just hope that they don't fall into the same boat that we did. I'm just saying. Let's go here to Tortilla. Will Howard is still sour about Drew Aller's true power. Oh, look at all that.
Oh, wordsmith.
You're like Edgar Allan Tortilla. Ty says, facts right. I'm just happy with the new Steelers. I am too. And I'm proud of our past. I don't listen. It's our Steelers, baby. It's what we do, and guess what? We win a lot of football games, so I don't give a shit about anything else, Mike. We are on the new page right now, and we're going to win some playoff games, and we're going to do some things. And we got a lot to talk about today. And Roman got injured twice, so again, all right. All right. I mean, if that's the hill you want to die on, I don't care. I really don't care about Roman. I'm just saying the dude is doesn't seem to be in any better of a situation in year 3 as he was when he wasn't playing at all his rookie year due to injury. But hey, we'll see. Tyrone says this: I got no excuses for Roman, to be honest. I'm a little more faithful for him, not much, but hope he does well. I see him in a 4, but and what the thing is, maybe he could fly under the radar with better people above him in the receiver room. Perhaps that's his thing. But again, what if he shits out this year? What if it's just nothing again? I mean, what are we going to say? Well, that was only his first 3 years. I mean, the guy hasn't shown anything. Obviously, there's a problem. Joe says networks are asking how long Omar should have as GM. I don't think he's to blame for the Steelers' faults. I think it was coaching. Players also have to play in the right positions. Tortilla, yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know why people are sour on Omar Khan. The only way they would be if they don't understand what he and Weedle were tasked to do. Remain competitive and build for the future at the same time. That's not an easy task. Because usually you're putting all your eggs in one basket. You're either going for a rebuild or you're going for, hey, we're going to go and win now and put everything in those baskets. They were asked by the owner to do 2 things at the same time. They kept the team competitive while also adding a shit ton of young talent. Bring in veterans on 1-year deals or quasi 1-year deals to remain competitive while also stacking that roster. And they have. And right now, like, the roster is damn near complete. It's just a very competitive team. We were hoping, this year we would have got our stud number 1 pick quarterback in the first round, but it didn't work out that way. But they finished building this roster that should be ready to go and take the league by storm.
Who is bad mouthing Omar Khan anyway? It's got to be people outside of Pittsburgh. It has to be.
It's national media, and there's even people local too that don't like him. But like, he's done a great job of what he was tasked to do. It is hard to rebuild, and remain competitive at the same time.
Nobody generally does it. Tortilla says, fuck Edgar Allan. I'm writing no poems about no raven. I might die drunk in a gutter. Though that is actually close.
So you're saying you're more like Oscar Wilde. I get you.
There you go. Somber says, no, not that. Well, Somber, okay, so what was his issue last year? We had 1 receiver, and they went to him just about as many times as the year before when he was injured all year. What's the deal? I mean, what's your answer? You could say, oh, it was only his first year, but we're expecting other things from first-year guys. We got results from other rookies in the past. Why did they stay away from him is my question for you, Somber. I understand that's not the hill that you're dying on. I just don't understand what the what's the answer then? What's the problem? Let's continue on. Let's go to Tyrone. If they had that much faith in Roman, why'd they drive? That's what I'm saying. There's something. There's something. Roman got Calvin, but why? I understand. I get that. I see that. But what's the reason? That's the question. Everybody knows what happened. Let's continue. Let's go right here to Somber. Somber says this. He says the new staff didn't know Roman before drafting Jeremy. I don't know. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, Yinzer Joe. Only things Omar makes me mad is no wide receiver 2, 3 years and bad contracts. TJ, DK, hope they earn it though this year and better give JP 28 plus. Let's go to hey, what's up? Zavante, always great seeing you back on the terrible board. He says Caleb Johnson going to boom or bust this season. I'm leaning toward a bust. I didn't really see anything that I liked about him. I'm going to be completely honest, and it has nothing to do with the mistake in the end zone. It has nothing to do with the kickoff return mistake. Nothing. I just didn't see any acceleration. I didn't see any elusiveness. I just seen a guy running straight into a pile of people. I would think a rookie would be attempting to maybe under a different system, like people would encourage him to play, more to his style, perhaps, if that is in fact not just running right into a guy to tackle him. But,
I never got the love affair of Caleb Johnson.
I think that, yeah.
I just don't get it. I didn't think he was like when I saw him run like what a 4.8 40 in a shitty 10-yard split. Like, no, that guy's not a starter NFL caliber type player. I just wasn't a big fan of the pick. I was hoping that he would work out, but I'm just not a fan.
It's just he's another one. I have to see it to believe it. There was just not. Listen, if there was things that you've seen that you loved, and again, totally take that mistake out in the Seattle game in the end zone on kicker. Just take it and throw it out the window. What was there about Caleb Johnson that you loved? I mean, he got a small amount of opportunities running the ball, a couple plays here, a couple plays there. As the season, that's questionable. Could have been because he's a rookie. Could have been because of the mistake. He was in a doghouse. Whatever it was. But even on the kickoff returns, Mike, there was just not a whole lot there for me. And again, I would have liked to seen a little bit more for him. I say a bust. I think he's around for another year regardless. We'll see if he gets that extension here. We'll see the situation as it comes around the next season. But as of for right now, I really can't. I can't see any reasons to call it a boom at this point, Mike.
No, me either. Like I hope he can come in and be
I hope so. Absolutely.
Like, there's a role for him on the team, but right now you're going to be third string again behind Rico, behind Warren. You're going to have to earn those carries. They're not going to come easily, man. Like last year, like he was probably penciled in as number 2, but Kenny G ended up being like the number 1, and Warren fell back to that number 2 spot. Like he's going to have to earn his playing time this year, and it might be rough for him to even make the team because they want guys that can play offense and special teams or defense and special teams, and he proved he can't play special teams unless he's willing to fly down there and be a gunner. But someone running that slow, I don't know if I want him out there.
I got to see a lot more. I'll be watching again in preseason, just like everybody else. But at the end of the day, I don't see nothing about him that's screaming boom to me. Let's go here to Mark Maloney. Says we trade JPJ, we can get that quarterback next year. Here's my question for you guys: quarterback next year. What's your answer? Let me put it to you this way. Let's say that Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers overachieve and they end up in the AFC Championship game this year. Okay, and they lose by 10. I don't know. It's a kind of a close game. And Aaron Rodgers and company goes into the playoffs and they win a couple games. They end up in the AFC Championship. We're super excited here in Pittsburgh. What's the answer at quarterback next year, Mike?
Oof.
As a fan. Now, mind you, we just narrowly escaped going to the Super Bowl with the team that we have. We found out that Aaron Rodgers, what he does, bringing his experience to the table, got us there with his weapons, of course. We get to the AFC Championship game, lose by 10 points. The team that we lose to goes on to win by 30. As a fan, what's the answer next year at starting quarterback when Aaron Rodgers retires? Because, again, if you're that close to the Super Bowl, you don't want to be thinking about young kids. On the other hand, are we going to bring in somebody, and what's that going to do to the younger kid? There's a whole thing with that.
Yeah, like you do want to keep perpetuating the cycle of we're just going to keep bridging, or hey, we were so close. Let's have an open competition between these two young cats, and whoever shows the most, we're going to tailor the offense even more to their strengths, minimize their weaknesses, and let these guys that were a breath away from going to the Super Bowl be the guiding force, and the quarterback just be the caretaker of the team. That might be the route to go, because at that point, you prove you have a good roster.
What if we follow the season up, Mike, by going with that plan and following the season up with 7 wins?
Oh, then you're in good position to get maybe a stud quarterback in that following draft, and then
is that what you want to do?
Then
is that what you're going to want to do, especially having the other quarterback still sitting on the shelf and working his way?
Yeah, I would at that point, because I know I got myself a Super Bowl roster. Now I'm going to go find someone who might have.
And who do you go after in the draft next year if that is in fact the results of the season?
All depends on how they look.
And who looks?
The young quarterbacks in college, how they look.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, how they look, how they perform, and are they a 1-year wonder, or is this you can see the actual progression of their career, that linear progression of they're getting better year in year out. And they're still young.
What if there isn't anybody?
Oof.
What if nobody's really grabbing our attention at that point? We're 2 possessions away from a Super Bowl, and again we're looking at the draft. Nothing's looking good. Guys are going back to college. So again, that's what I'm saying. Just kind of something to think about, guys. Because again, I'm thinking there's a potentially good season here for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. But again, what's going to be the next step? That's going to be it's going to be something, especially if the team does overachieve. I know fans are going to be calling for something, whatever it's going to be, whether it's the guy from here, the guy from there, whatever the case is going to be, Mike, it's going to be an issue. And again, the big draft coming up next year. So again, let's do what we got to do, I guess. Let's try to win as much as we can this year. Right? We'll worry about that all next year, but something to think about, especially if this team does, because we're always going to say, well, this team has potential. They got to the AFC Championship game. They lost by 10 points. The team has potential. But boy, that quarterback position sure comes in. It sure becomes a topic as you move forward from that position. Because again, what do? You want to continue if you can. You're right, Somber. Right? And I agree. And you know what, Somber? I love Somber. Because Somber always keeps me on my toes. That's why I do jump back and forth with him sometime. Somber, he says anything could happen. A-Rod can be amazing, or he could go down in week 1, and you're 100% right. I do always appreciate Somber keeping me on my toes. But let's get back on the board for a couple, Mike. We have a lot to get into today. This is Monday, June 22nd, just a little over a month away from Steeler training camp right here in Western Pennsylvania, guys. If you can believe that already, it's been a fast off season. We certainly will take it. Let's go down here to we trade JPJ. We get that quarterback next year, Mark Malone. Steel Loyal says, I think Roman's problem last year was simply Arthur Smith's fucked up playbook. That could very well be it too. I would not dispute that. I think his offense was garbage. I thought it was pure garbage. And I was skeptical coming into the Arthur Smith era about him. And again, I don't want to say I told you so, but fuck, it was garbage. It worked when he had King Henry. Yeah, I mean, of course. You can make things happen when you have a guy like that. But we didn't have him like he had him down in Tennessee. Let's go here to we got Somber. Good morning, please. What's up? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the board. He says, Killed. Glad to have you here. Welcome aboard. Tyrone says, Mark, how many times have I told you this class stacked? We don't need to trade our best players to get one. Mark Malone says this. It ain't that stacked, man. Tyrone says, Omar knew Roman, though, and still drafted Bernard. Tyrone follows it up by saying, Mark, there's still like 8 first-round quarterbacks that we're talking about. Somber says this. He says, Omar doesn't evaluate the talent. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says Roman can easily be what Roman should have been for us. Calvin got thrown into a starting role, but Roman can be like Calvin Austin III or Scotty Miller and don't have to carry the entire load. Mark Malone, like last year at Ty. Tortilla says this. I meant Roman could be like Catholic or Calvin. Gotcha. Roman could be like Catholic. How you like that? Let's go right here to Tyrone. He says, thank God we drafted Bernard. Very excited. I cannot wait. And it won't be that long, guys. It won't be that long now. June 22nd. Here we are. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Ty. No, last year was class. This class is way better, bro. Do your research. Mark Malone says, sorry, bud. Same was said last year. Let's go down to Tortilla. Mark was probably so hype when we traded AB. Somber, nothing new to talk about. Tortilla says you don't go all in for trade picks. You don't go all in then trade for picks. That's not a thing. Mark Malone says we got JPJ, cover man. Tyrone says this okay, so we'll see how these guys play and see how many first round guys we still don't need to trade our best players for our best players. That's not how you rebuild for the future. Let's go down. Let's go right here to Tyrone. No, you don't have to. LOL. You have no defensive back on JPJ's level. Dean will be huge this year. I couldn't agree more. I cannot wait to see Jamel Dean this year. Such a good pickup. I mean, in theory, on paper, this is looking really, really good for us. In the secondary, Tortilla says this, and if Dean goes down, then what? Tyrone says Dean like top 15 and Everett a dog. And you know what? Everett is getting a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. My God, Mike, if there was a Steeler that was talked about more than Dalen Everett here in the Berg in Western PA right now. I'd be very surprised. Dalen Everett has took the OTAs by storm, Mike.
He has, but how is he going to look once we get pads on? That's the big thing. Right now, your t-shirts and shorts, football, he's looking good, which is encouraging. You like that? I read that he was lining up against DK, like it was nothing. I want to see that translate to the next phase, into training camp. Then I want to see it translate to him out there in live action. You keep doing that, keep getting or checking off those boxes as you progress. Dude has the chance to be an impact player immediately.
I from what I'm saying again, like, I mean, just everybody's going on and on and on about Dalen. So again, just so excited about everything that we're going to see here in the month, Mike, and then moving forward. And it's going to just be month after month after month after month after month after month of Steeler football, baby. I know that you guys can't wait as we sit here in June, as we did in May, in April, in March, and of course went on and talked about our beloved Steelers, guys. It won't be long now. It will not be long now. I promise you that. Let's go here to Tortilla. More of a when than a what if. More of a when than an if. Of course, Mark Malone saying Everett's still loyal. Starting to think Mark isn't trolling and he actually wants us to trade. JPJ. You never know with Mark. You just never know. I've been trying to figure this guy out for years. I'm just warning. I'm just throwing it out there. Mark Malone is a beast of his own. Of his own kind. Let's continue right here to Tortilla. We haven't seen Everett. You're trading JPJ to start a third rounder. Good point as well. Mark Malone says no. Dean Tyrone, yeah, JPJ is our DB1. LOL. Dean is 2. J Ram 3. Samuel Eccles. Everett will battle for 4, and I'm okay with that. Tortilla says he does. I've seen him say this shit in other chats. He is hyper focused on the direction that will do absolutely nothing for us. Mark's a character, man. Mark does his thing. Let's go to Tortilla. So we're going to start 1 DB. Follow that up by saying, Mark, you're smarter than this. Tyrone says facts. Tortilla, he does not know shit. Laugh my ass off. Mark Malone, I'm telling y'all, it's a very high probability JPJ gets traded. Mike, let's throw up another topic here on the offensive side of the ball while we are on offense in the first half of the day. Let's go to this right here. Steelers tight end room, Mike, being praised as one of the best in the NFL. If this is nothing new, we talked about this actually at the end of the week last week. I got it, and maybe it's because my favorite player is Darnell Washington, but I keep getting drawn into this conversation, Mike, of how well this team could ultimately play if we use our weapons right. And there's nothing about what's going on with Coach Mack that is saying otherwise. I cannot wait to see these guys. I cannot wait to see the tight end room. Like again, you have a monster like Washington. Then you have somebody who he's been nothing but a pro, Pat Freiermuth with skill. And then again, under these wide receivers, just more weapons. Mike, is this tight end room one of the best in the NFL? Again, we'll just touch on it a little bit this week, and then I promise you we'll stop tight end talk for a while. But Mike, is this tight end room one of the best?
I think so. From top to bottom, it doesn't have that elite like, oh my god, you got like a Brock Bowers or a prime Kittle or a prime Kelsey, but you have two really good two really good tight ends. And two guys that have unique or different skill sets from each other that complement each other really well. Patty Fry's the better route runner, and Darnell's the better pass blocker. But they both can do the others as well. Like Fry's not the greatest blocker, but he's a willing blocker. But Darnell's a really good guy out in the passing game. So they complement each other in there well. When they're in there, it's really not going to key you off like, oh, Darnell's in there, they're definitely going to run. Like, no, you can throw to him. Oh, it's not going to be all Pat's in there. It's definitely going to be a throw. No, he's a willing blocker. He'll take a guy out of a play. So you won't get caught, or the defense won't be keyed off to like whoever's in there in that tight end one spot. So it's a nice blend with those two. And we haven't even seen Riley Nowakowski yet. What he can do if they utilize him the way he was utilized in Indiana, he can do a lot of sneaky stuff on third downs, fourth down, shit like that. So I like it, especially with the top two. I think they're both really, really damn good tight ends. And then you sprinkle in someone like Nowakowski, he can do those dirty little things in there that kind of go unnoticed or forgotten about, but turn out to pay huge dividends. I like our 1, 2, and 3.
I do too. And again,
fun. It's going to be fun to watch, man.
I do want to jump to the top real quick. I just know Jamal's busy. I do want to jump up and say what's up to my man Jamal. Always great seeing you, sir. He says, gang, my G's, what it do? My brother's always great seeing you, my friend. I hope you had an okay, nice Father's Day. I hope things went well for you, my friend. Hope things are going good down in Texas, sir. Let me ask you this, guys, before I do move on in this offense category. Where do the Steelers need to improve? Where do the Steelers need to improve, in your opinion, guys? We did a lot this offseason. We built this wide receiver room. We went from one to potentially a damn good wide receiver room. We have a nice tight end room. We have an improving offensive line. We have 2 running backs that nobody seems to be worried about at all. We're just assuming they're going to do a great job, and I still think they are, Mike. And then on defense, the defensive line, people are high on the defensive line. The secondary, of course, we have about 1 million safeties and corners, and everybody's kind of moving out in and out and trying different things. The inside linebackers and the pass rushers, special teams, coaching. Mike, what is one area that the Steelers do need to improve on that may be the Achilles heel this year on this team? Because, again, there's a lot of things looking good. But, again, we don't know. We just don't know what the schematics is going to do for something like the run-stop defense. With stopping the run and everything like this, we don't know, because so this is going to make this question interesting. We could have went on this in the past. We could have said this, but the coaching staff always came back to the answer. What is the one area, Mike, that we have that you might say is the Achilles heel of the Pittsburgh Steelers this year?
God, because I was thinking we were talking like the one thing to improve, and we improve the coaching, we improve the players. I think it's going to come down to something you're going to just going to analytically be improving on offense and defense, is that third down, getting on and off the field, which really comes back to might be the all of those things rolled in together, the coaching, the players. But I think third down efficiency, and I want to say even first down efficiency on the offense. I liked what we did player wise. I like what we did coaching wise. I think it's just going to come down to how well we execute on first and third downs on both sides of the ball. I think that's going to be the key to whether we have a good season or not, is just the efficiency on those 2 downs.
I could agree more.
Like I said, it comes back into everything that we just talked about, but just analytically, those two key downs right there, because if you win on both those downs, you're going to have a really good success at winning games.
So, I mean, in theory, the winning the third down battles should improve on offense. Again, you give your quarterback weapons, you give him receivers. By default, that should help third down situations. And again, maybe more of a less of a predictable offense. Again, you would think that puts you in a position. I couldn't agree more, Mike. And then also getting off the field on third downs is huge. This was a problem for us at times last year. And again, I just think that, it's a necessary. If you're going to be a team that's going to be considered a contender, you got to be able to do those things, get off the field on third down and move the sticks on third down. I couldn't agree with you more, Mike. Let me jump down. I see right here, Somber saying, if we were saying from a personnel standpoint, free safety, inside linebacker, right guard, and nose tackle are the main concerns. Hey, I couldn't agree more with you on those as well. Let's continue down here a little bit on the board, Mike. Let's go right here to Tyrone says, this dude's trying to trade our best player. Like, bro, what? How about we trade Highsmith to get us a quarterback, because we are not paying 3 edge rushers $84 million. You know what? That's a good point. I think Mark just likes to prod and poke a little bit, and you know what? That's what makes him that's what makes him special. Let's go to Tortilla. Says, you also told us that Mason Rudolph was the guy. Mike, what was it last year? Remember what the figures were every day? Mark would always say
it was like 4,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, or something like that.
Yeah. He sticks with his guns. No two ways about that. Let's go to Mark. He says, holding a pipette at the moment. Let's go to, since we haven't seen John for a while, Mike, I wonder how Terry Bongshaw is enjoying off season.
Hopefully Bongshaw is getting some good reps in.
Something tells me there's no off season when it comes to Terry Bongshaw and Big John Stud. Let's go here to Steel Loyal, and it's not weed. It's not weed in that pen. And Mark Malone says, it's a pipette, dude. Let's go to Ty. Ty says we can stop worrying about 24. Oh, I already have. I have no worries or concerns about 24. Steel Loyal says I don't give a fuck what you call it. It's got some crack in it. Not quite. Mark Malone. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says this: we haven't even seen the quarterbacks play yet. They aren't committed to the draft. It makes absolutely no sense to trade your cornerback one for. And I think he's just, he's just Mark Malone and over there. Let me finish the comment. He says makes absolutely no sense to trade your cornerback one for a guy you haven't even narrowed down yet, especially when we took quarterback in the third. Tyrone says, talk that talk, Tortilla. Tortilla's spitting, man. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says, if the quarterbacks in the draft are crap, probably going to have to trade for a vet again until there is a decent draft for a quarterback. Let's go to Ty. That might be the dumbest shit I ever heard, to be honest. I'm not sure what that was referring to. Let me go right here. Let's go to Somber. Somber says, I can't believe y'all let Mark get y'all going like this. Life is better with the block button. Tortilla says Mark has to kiss Derpy when JPJ signs. I could. Ooh. Remember we were going to actually send Derpy out Mark's way one year. I can't even remember what that was about, but maybe we'll send Derpy to Mark's. Let's go to Tortilla. You're right, Somber. He says, let's go here to Tyrone. Yeah, I love our DB room, but this trade JPJ talk is wild to me. He's trolling, man. He's got to be. Right, Mike? Is Mark Malone trolling?
I hope so.
I know Mark. Listen, he's been with us for quite some time. Right? I think he's trolling. I think. You never can know with him. Let's go right here to Mark. He says, you guys are going to tweak out when it happens. Let's see. As we are rolling up on the end of the first half, Mike, at the 2-minute warning, I'm going to give you some transactions that did happen over the weekend, some things that are going on, and maybe some possibilities of some players possibly going. That has been a conversation certainly over the weekend, Mike. I know one particular name that some Steeler fans and analysts are calling for. We talked about some inside linebackers last week, and here's another name that we didn't throw into that list. We'll get to him in just a second here. Let's go to, for no reason to screw up your DB room when it could potentially be a top 5 room, and we haven't played a snap. Tortilla says, Tyrone, not a chance, Mark. LOL, Rooney wouldn't let that happen. And here's the thing. He's such a part of Pittsburgh. Joey Porter, come on. He was in the locker room when his dad was winning Super Bowls, and then he grows up, in North Hills and North Allegheny, and then he didn't go far. He went to Penn State. See what I'm saying? Like he's meant to be here. He just is. That's why I find it very difficult to believe that this extension won't happen.
I know, right? It would be dumb, not just because like his dad was here and he's from here and all that. Dude is arguably top 5, top 10 corner in the league. One of the best at his positions of a premium position. You keep those guys for as long as you can until the play starts to deteriorate.
Darnell looks slim too. I think 80 gets more than 500 this year. I hope. Listen, I hope there's. I hope that everybody gets. I hope everybody eats, Mike. Everybody, because if they do, we're gonna be in good shape.
If they eat, man, this team's gonna be unstoppable, brother.
I agree. Steel Loyal says Darnell is taking tight end reps. Absolutely, tight end 1 reps, and he should be. Both of them should be. And listen, with a personnel like that, I don't think there is a starter. There's no Heath Miller in the game this year. And I'm not saying, listen, I'm not downgrading Pat Freiermuth, and I'm not saying anything about Darnell. I love him. But at the end of the day, they don't have a set starter, which means you could do anything week to week. Mm-hmm. It could be Darnell starting that position. The next week it could be Freiermuth. So again, I like what we have going on there, Mike, because I think they're both potentially tight end 1s in the league.
Yeah.
So again, if you could have that going on, that's a luxury. Tortilla says could agree or could argue top 5. Always great seeing Jamal in the house, my man. I hope you had a great weekend, sir. Let's go to I got him at 7 right now. Tyrone says Steel Loyal. Interior linebacker room. That's the big question for me, Steel. Because again, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, of everything that we've done, we didn't touch that inside linebacker room. We signed extensions on the outside. We brought in a gang of defensive backs. Things are happening with the defensive line. Again, the inside linebackers, Mike, it better be a system problem. what we've been experiencing with the inside linebackers. If not, we could be in trouble.
Yeah, we could be, and hopefully, like they're thinking, hey, okay, we're bringing in Day. We know the growth that we're seeing out of Harmon. We're safe there. We're hoping the mess or the growth of YA Black will continue as well, and that will help on the back end. Because usually every roster is going to have a hole, and right now it looks like ours is middle linebacker. So, okay, what do? We have a hole there. Try to scheme around it. Try to scheme to fix it. So hopefully, Graham's new scheme in the beefing up of the personnel of the D line will help that backer room. Because you can't be perfect in every spot, but that's why the coaches get paid a lot of money to like, okay, how are we going to hide this or maximize their abilities and minimize their deficiencies? And I think you're going to do it through scheme and the defensive line, and maybe even look for some of those safeties to lurk down deeper from the box. People like Deshaun Elliott, Savage coming in and being thumpers in the run game. Have those guys helping out more in the run game. That could be a possibility.
All right, with that being said, Mike, I'm going to go right into the 2-minute warning of the first half of the show today, Mike. This is the 2-minute warning. This name's come up over the weekend amongst quite a few different people. The linebacker Jordan Brooks from Miami, he was a Pro Bowl player last year, also led the NFL in tackles. A lot of people think that Omar Khan has not done cooking yet, Mike, as, again, we're just still a month away from training camp. Is somebody like Jordan Brooks, would this be a nice pickup, and would this help that inside linebacker issue, if you will?
It could be. You don't stop trying to improve there. Yeah, I saw him pop up as well. I don't know a whole lot about him other than, like you said, he shit ton of tackles.
Yeah. They seem to have a lot of talent that comes from Miami, but the team, you know what I mean? Like, what are they doing down there?
Yeah.
I mean, Minkah Fitzpatrick is good. Say what you will. He fell off here for us, but what's her name? Jonnu Smith was a Pro Bowler. He came here. He stunk. This dude's a Pro Bowler. They seem like they have a lot. I mean, compared to the amount of Pro Bowlers we're sending, I mean, it's not a lot. Miami seems to have a lot of Pro Bowlers, and this team doesn't win a lot of football games.
And I think down there it was their coaching down there. Like, they had some really good talent. They put up their offense put up a shit ton of numbers, but they just could never get it done in the clutch when it mattered most. But, 99 solo tackles last year. That's
he's a beast, dude.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And 183 overall, so he's always around the ball.
183 tackles.
Yeah.
I'm not a smart guy. What's the average? Well, how many tackles is that a game? If a dude didn't make the playoffs,
10 tackles, a little over 10.
I mean, this team didn't make the playoffs, so it's all regular season. They have 183 tackles. That is, it is over 10 because you figure 170 would be 10 tackles a game. Yeah, we'll take them. Like a couple other names that were floated around over the weekend that may be areas of interest for the Steelers. The offensive tackle, Tyler Decker. He's been the Lions tackle for quite some time. He's looking for work. Also, Mike, Donovan Wilson, the strong safety for Dallas, of course, familiar with Coach Mack, and a name that we all are familiar with. And I would have no problem because what Ty is saying, if he's cheap he's talking about the previous guys, but Mike, if this guy we could get him cheap, come in here for a season to just thump a little bit, to knock some heads around. Even a Landon Roberts, Mike, would be somebody that I would be okay with coming into to create depth in this inside linebacker room. And of course, Bobby Wagner. Mike, this guy could be 153 years old. I would like to have him, especially right now at this point in his career for depth. I would take him in a heartbeat. Mike, some of these names: Tyler Decker, the offensive tackle; Donovan Wilson, the strong, and also Landon Roberts. What's your thoughts?
I wouldn't mind a Landon Roberts back. And real quick, I just put up like Jordan Brooks, real quick scouting profile on him, like tackling, not just a tackle merchant, but a tackling machine. He's at the right play. He reads it well. He's fast. Great run stuffer, obviously pretty good on the blitz. Coverage is where he's kind of falls off. But hey, if my guy's sitting there allowing no one to run on us, I'm used to middle linebackers not being able to cover anyone. I've been a Steeler fan for 45 years. I've yet to see a linebacker cover anyone outside of Levon Kirkland. He would fit in perfectly here. The safety that you mentioned, who was it, Wilson?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was reading about him pre-show. I think he would be a excellent fit in here.
Because we need more
Him and Deshaun.
safeties.
Well,
Go ahead. Sorry.
With Deshaun
No.
Elliott's injuries,
Yeah.
right now behind him, you really only have Castro. And I'm sorry, I'm not a Castro fan. If his name was Fidel, maybe, but no, this Castro, I'm not a fan of. Go out and get you a vet that can more or less play the same as Deshaun Elliott can. I would be all for getting, Jordan Phillips, the Wilson and Phillips, and or a Landon Robertson Phillips, or Wilson. That would be a good bow on top to this offseason, to building this roster, to rounding out that defense.
And finally, Mike, about people that may be moving around the league, and a former crush of ours just might be heading over to Washington following one of his former teammates, Mike, is Brandon Ayuk. There's a possibility that he could end up in Washington. That was a little bit of the talk over the weekend. Brandon Ayuk, who I wouldn't touch with a 20-foot pole at this point, Mike, may be a Commander.
Man, you can take Dan Snyder out of the organization, but you can't take the organization out of Dan Snyder, or whatever the fuck the saying would be. That would be a Dan Snyder type move. Oh, here's a name. Let's go get him. Who cares if he's good or he fits?
Yeah.
That would be a terrible move. Like, the dude's knees all fucked up. Has he been taking his rehab seriously? You don't know, because he hasn't been around the team. Like you said, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Me neither. Let's go some messages here, Mike, before we do get to halftime. And Day said this should be a good season. Omar Khan is a great GM. I like him. Say what you want. I mean, there's some people that, again, that are reading the riot act about him. I have zero problem with them. Again, this is the funnest it's been building the Steelers in my lifetime in the offseason. It's never been this fun. To bring in guys like Michael Pittman, to bring in guys like Jalen Ramsey, to bring in guys like DK, these things just never happen.
Yeah.
And this is how we are staying competitive, Mike, as we are rebuilding, as some would say. It's the work of Omar Khan.
It is, and it's
because otherwise, Mike, we could be talking still about Deontay Johnson. Is he the answer? See what I'm saying? Like, everything that's we've done in the past, it's behind us. We're competing, doing what we have to do to be good.
Yeah, like, the owner wants the team to compete every year. So, okay, you are already going in knowing, okay, we have to field a competitive roster, but also I got a lot of work to do on this roster, and let me see what I can do. And you're doing it well. And now you got a new coaching staff too. Like, this has been a 4-year rebuild on this team while remaining competitive, while getting, a division championship on top of it. Couple playoff appearances. Yeah, we got bounced early, but we're making the playoffs while rebuilding. That's a good sign. Like this team is capable. It has talent. That young talent is getting playoff experience. They're getting valuable, big money, big pressure type game situations under their belt. Now you're going to go out and you're finishing this roster off, and you're going to go one last hurrah with Aaron Rodgers into the sunset. Or it looks like he might have something left in the tank. This has been a great rebuild by Khan and Weedle. Yes, is he perfect? No. Name me one GM in any sports that never fucked up. The thing that Omar does, what a lot of good to great GMs do, is they fuck up, they correct that mistake and move the fuck on. They don't go, oh, well, we're going to wait. Oh, well, we're going to wait. Like, no, you haven't worked out. Boom, you're gone. We're going to figure it out one way or the other.
I think this team is easily better than 10-7 this year. Easily better than 10-7 this year. I just do, and I think there's a lot of pieces. I think that Omar Khan's a big part of that. Again, I'm hoping the new coaching staff certainly plays a big role, Mike. We'll get into more of that into the second half, talking about the defense a little bit more. Let me grab a few more messages here. We're going to jump into halftime. Just be a brief moment. This will allow us to just get the blood flowing, if you will, as we're trying a few different things here on the show. Let's go right here. Somber says, yeah, it's hard to say where they lack because we haven't seen. Hey, you're right. Hey, you're right. Because last year, remember, we had this defense. They went on and on about this defense. It could be historic. Well, of course it could be. But, is it going to get done? Is this what they're going to get done out there? You're right, Somber. And I did get this one before. Tortilla, he also says, this is Cody would say, we lack top-end speed, but speed isn't the end-all, be-all. Let's go to Mark Malone. Mark Malone say it is. And where is that Cody anyway? Where is he? Mark Malone says, don't count Magnum out. Don't count Mason Rudolph out. Tortilla, yeah, we aren't slow, especially if we have a good scheme and get open space. Agree somber, but I think Brisker, free safety, Mose tackle, Damo. Oh, gotcha, Day. Okay. Either Dunker or Hoffman at right guard. Yinzer Joe, or I'm sorry, yes, Yinzer Joe. JPJ has been good 1 year. Now we all want to pay him $30 million. Hell no, trade him. Steel Loyal saying pay JPJ $100 million. A couple more, Mike, and we are going to get into halftime. Tyrone says Steeler Joe, he wasn't good last 2 years. Get it right. Yinzer Joe, he was good the last 2 years. Doesn't give up a lot. And you know what? At the end of the day, that's hard to keep DB1s under reps. I mean, these are some of the more freakish athletes in the league, if you think about it. Or wide receiver ones, I'm sorry. Keeping wide receiver ones under reps. Let's go here. Remember what Darrelle Revis did? All he did was kept wide receiver ones under reps. I mean, yes, he intercepted some passes and did some things, but at the end of the day, you just got to take wide receiver one out of the game. That's the biggest attribute for a corner one. And you know what? If you got the guy, then I don't have any complaints. No complaints. Matter of fact, you want that guy. You need that guy.
Yeah.
So
you need him on that wall.
You need him on the wall. Mark Malone, I'm telling you, JPJ is likely out the door. Still Loyal says, Mark, I'm going to build the door just to kick you out of it. Let's continue on. Let's go here to Tortilla. My man says this. No, James Pierre only had one good year. That's why we let him walk. JPJ, that's a perfect example. I wouldn't have paid James Pierre. I didn't think that there was enough sample. It was a sample size. Again, yes, it was a nice season. Yes, his numbers were good, but again, continue to watch him. That's all I got to say. Continue to watch Pierre. See if that plays out the way that people thought it would. Tyrone says them was soft calls. Then year two, he was above average. And again, improving every year, I thought, Mike. JPJ, again, penalties down, tackling's up, tackling's better. And again, not letting touchdowns. That's try finding those three qualities in a player, somebody that's improving. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, he's gotten better year over year, but leave it to the Steeler fans to want to shit on a good young player and chip him out of time for picks.
All right, something stupid, and then we were going to overtime, Mike. We're going to halftime. Something stupid in the AFC North. Gus Edwards. Yes, they kind of gave him the nickname the Bus, okay, after a little period of time when he was running over there in Baltimore. Mike, but get this, the new one in town, Joe Burrow, Mike, they're starting to call him Mean Joe Burrow because of his leadership and the way he's changing his personality to lead that squad. Mike, in Cincinnati, I seen it, it's written this morning in some BS article out of Cincinnati, Mike, Joe Burrow is now Mean Joe Burrow, according to Cincinnati fans.
The real Mean Joe, at 80-some-odd years old, will walk into that locker room with a cane down in Cincinnati and still whoop all their fucking asses. There's only one Mean Joe. There will only ever be one Mean Joe, and that is Mean Joe Green, the baddest.
He seems like he's weird, Joe. I mean, he's a weird dude. I wouldn't classify him as mean.
Yeah, only one Mean Joe in NFL history. There's only one Bus in NFL history. You cannot recycle nicknames. I'm sorry,
especially one as great as it
mean.
Mike, that's like us calling Jeremy Bernard Megatron. You know what I mean? It's such a popular, big, iconic nickname. You don't do that. But again, Mike, within the division, it doesn't surprise me. But now we have to start beating their asses a little bit more. I'm tired of pissing around with Cincinnati. At the end of the day, maybe we do improve. Maybe we start doing things like beating Cincinnati twice a year again, like we just done for the last 60 years. Let's beat these guys' ass a little bit this year.
Mean Joe Burrow. Get the fuck out of here. No. When you look at Joe Burrow, do you picture mean?
No.
When you look at Joe Green, do you picture mean? Yes. Kicking dudes in the nuts, ripping their helmets off, throwing footballs in the stands.
I literally run home and shut my door and lock it when I hear Joe Green's name. He's that scary. Let me just grab a couple guys here. I did see maybe a couple names pop in. I don't want to miss your saying what's up before we do go to halftime here. And I think you're going to like it. Do stick around. Aaron Jade, always great seeing you on the board. He says, here we go, Steelers with the Rockets, my man. Always love seeing Aaron Jade in the house. Kevin, what's up, dude? Welcome back to the show. Hey, Yinzers. Always great seeing Kevin. Welcome back, brother. Nice having you. I think you're probably as ready for these Steelers as we are. Make sure I didn't forget anybody. Oh, then we got Tater. What's up, Tater? Tater catching a little bit here. I think somebody says, Tater, you got Chiefs colors, but of course we know that we know he's going the other way. Of course, switching to San Francisco from the Browns. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin says this: I'd be down to bring a Landon Roberts back. I would too. Some Ryan Shazier talk. I love Shazier, Mike. We've debated in the past about this, and I get your point. Okay, it was a terrible way to tackle somebody, but at the end of the day, that's how guys were tackling him then. It wasn't just Shazier.
Yeah, I still have zero sympathy for him. He did it to himself. I thought he was a good linebacker. I thought he was a bit overrated. I thought he was out of position more often than not. But when we needed a big play to happen, he would make the big play. That would, make up for some of those times being out of position. He got like his first 2 years in the leagues. I thought he was real sloppy, but he got a whole hell of a lot better as it went on, and probably would have got a lot better too if he knew how to tackle. I have zero.
For once, Somber and I agree. I think that's an insane take, but you know what? That's all right. That's all right.
Go back and watch the film. He was very inconsistent.
He was sideline to sideline. He was involved in most. I don't know. But again, that's all right. We're heading to halftime, guys. Let me just grab Kevin one more. JPJ, $27 million for 4 years, in my opinion. Mike is setting up halftime as we speak, guys. We're going to dip into the locker room and eat our Nestle chocolate bar, drink our soda, guys. As we do. We're adding something. We're trying something different today. This is the Steelers Central halftime reaction show. Guys, do just take a moment to enjoy as we do throw it up here for a few moments just to get the blood going, and then we'll be back to get ready to hop into defense. Mike? And there's my girl. Last week we were talking about, Mike, the hot chicks that are doing these to the the beat professor or whatever it is. This is my girlfriend right here. This is my girlfriend. She's actually as old as my oldest son. She's 28 years old. But I do want to say, guys, I have to say this. It's not me. This is not me. This is not my content. Her name is OK Bunny. OHKAYBUNNY, and it is not me. Just in case you were confused and you thought that was me on your screen right now, it is not. This is my halftime show I give to you. Just enjoy when she starts shaking right here. Right, hold on, right there. And Mike, this I have to react to it because again, I don't want to get I don't want to throw in the book at me. Mike, that is my girlfriend. I just want to tell you. Funny.
Is she aware that you two are in a relationship?
No, not at all, and that's what makes it good.
That's what makes it even better. Yes, she is a to quote JR on Raw. That's a handsome woman there, King.
Yes. Todd Tortilla says, Ryan, hands where I could see him. You don't want to see this. My hand's been under this console since the beginning of halftime. But there you have it, guys. Yes. A little bit of chicks shaking it to just get the blood going, guys. That was halftime. Again, the Steeler Central halftime reaction show. All right, guys, let's get back to it. Tortilla, he failed the coin toss to start the show. Mike, it's time to get into defense. Let's get at it.
Let's do it.
All right, this is something that Mike. Ray Fittipaldo this morning in the Post-Gazette, he says this. Ray Fittipaldo says, TJ's days of 19 to 22 sacks are over. He says he's thinking 12 to 14 is totally doable for TJ Watt. He says he'll certainly benefit from the new defense, the new coaching, the new schematics, everything like this, Mike. Is Ray Fittipaldo wrong? Listen, and I don't think this is actually bad-mouthing TJ. I think this is just talking about a 32-year-old football player at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not bad-mouthing. I like to say, Ray, welcome to the party. It's not bad-mouthing him. Like, this is like, you do this with all greats that are get up there in age and like, hey, what would be a successful season for them? Again, I hate to take it back to him, but like the Penguins, We know Crosby's going to do what Crosby does, but like Geno Malcolm, hey man, if we get 15, 20 goals out of him, awesome. We're not, we're used to getting like 30, 35 goals, but hey, you chipping about 17, 20. That's awesome. That's what we're doing with TJ Watt here. Chip those in, do the dirty little things that we know you can do, and help the team win. That's all we're asking for you. Yes, we would love those 19 sacks, but we know we're probably not going to get them. So let's make it manageable, make it reasonable. Get your sacks, get your forced fumbles, get your tackles for losses, and get one or two interceptions.
I'm going to tell you something.
You do that, dude. This defense is flying high, brother, because now teams are like, they can't go, oh, we're just going to leave him be over there. He's getting old. He's washed. Like, no, you're still putting up good numbers. The defense still has to allocate for you, or the offense still has to allocate for you. That's going to free more people up in this new scheme.
One thing I can guarantee is this, Mike, there's going to be half of the people that says he's doing a great job, and then there's going to be a half of people that says that he's not. So any way you slice it, I'm going to make that prediction. I'm going to say the easiest prediction with TJ Watt is the fans' reaction to TJ Watt at the end of the day, Mike. Because, again, if he plays the way he plays every year, you're still going to have half the fans saying he's great, the other half saying, we could do better. We're spending too much money. So this is going to be one of the safest predictions that I'm going to make. Is the fans' reaction to TJ Watt. Let me just grab real quick. I do want to say what's up. Welcome to the show, Jamie Carlo back on the board. Yo. Always great seeing you, my man, on the terrible board. Welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. And Christine as well. Always great seeing Christine on the terrible board. Hope things are going well for Christine in Kentucky. Lots of good things going on for our Steelers, guys, as we are just a month and 6 days away from everybody showing up at camp, guys. Very, very excited. I know that everybody else is. I know that people are coming to town. I know Christophus is coming up from Florida. Steele's coming up from Carolina. I think a few other people. It's going to be a blast, as it's just a little over a month away. I thought it would have taken forever, Mike, after we lost to Houston. But you know what? It was quite the opposite this offseason so far. It's flying. It's very, very eventful, though. That certainly allows time to go fast, right?
Oh, yeah, it does, man. This offseason's flying like a mofo right now. Loving it.
I am, too. Let's talk about some more defense, shall we? Beat writer Mike says this: Steelers defense better be better. A lot new twists and turns. Not the same stale slate, basically. Everybody's saying the vibes are good. Mike, the defense better be better. Do you agree with this?
I do agree. Out of excuses now if they're not better. We got rid of the two guys that everyone's blamed for the defense. So, in theory, on paper, they should be a whole hell of a lot better. And I hope they are, because if they are, that means we're doing something right. We're winning a lot of fucking football games. And I'm excited to see what this defense is going to do. I love the new energy that's coming in, and that's what we needed. I mean, some new energy.
And this is, as we were talking about, the offense, Mike, should be improving by default anyway. You had a couple wide receivers. Again, you had none. And then again, the line is improving. Again, you know what? This is one, Mike, that I don't think it's talked about enough. A lot of people are, under the assumption that we improved on the offensive line, which I agree that we did. However, how much time is it going to take that right-hand side of the line to get comfortable, get caught up with the speed of the play in the NFL, make the transition between college to the pros? I mean, you're talking IMAX. We're expecting to be out there on the right island for if he starts all the time. We're talking about of course Dunker. A lot of people love Dunker. Mike, what's going to be the wait period, or if any? Or do you think that this offensive line is going to gel and things are just going to work perfectly? This could be an issue. This could be back to Aaron Rodgers trying to get the ball out fast, maybe because not the backside not being protected, but the front side just being inexperienced. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think a lot's going to depend on IMAX. I don't think Dunker's going to start right away. I think IMAX has a chance to start right away, and you'll see one of the two veterans slot in at right guard. That way, we're not starting two rookies right away. It can go a couple different ways. Like some rookies, they get plugged right in there, and they look like they've been playing, in the pros for years.
Mason McCormick, Mike. He
didn't seem overwhelmed when he got plugged.
And the thing was, I don't say he's a great player, but at the end of the day, boy, did he really get the job done when he was given the position. I mean, he could have failed. The dude just didn't. He held his own, and again, that kind of gives you some encouragement that this could, be a trend possibly on this offensive line.
And it looks like IMAX, just everything I've read about him from when he first started playing football till now, it's just a short window. He's never felt like the moment has ever been too big for him, or anything has been too much for him to handle. He's taken every challenge head on. Yeah, there's been growing pains, but he's never been discouraged. And it was just a little tweak here, a little tweak there to make him better. He deserves
more credit.
I think he does, and I think he might win the starting job, because you were talking about how Dylan Cook was his main competition, was saying like just how good he's been. And just how well he's been practicing. I think he has a really good chance to start on this team. And if he does, that's going to be a huge thing. But I think you're starting right. So it might be him and Hoffman to start out. And that's no knock against Dunker. You're a third-round offensive lineman. You're probably being brought in here to be groomed for that spot for the future, kind of way McCormick was a few years ago. And I think Hoffman and IMAX are going to build some good chemistry. And I think IMAX and Dunker are already building chemistry, because those two have been working together side by side all minicamp and all OTAs. And it wouldn't surprise me if it starts out that way in training camp. Then eventually you start seeing IMAX getting more and more reps with the ones to build that chemistry with whoever the number one guard's going to be.
I do have to make an announcement. I was at the dollar store. I ran into the dollar store over the weekend. I think it was Saturday, to grab an item. And when I was standing in line, I shit you not, this isn't even would be funny. A woman walks in with the Dunker haircut. I'm pretty sure she didn't look like a Steeler fan. She just looked like a regular local here in Western PA, Mike. Just another Yinzer, if you will. She turned around, and it was a woman. I seen the mullet. It was very red, very orange, very mullet. And she turned around, and there she was. And I didn't have my phone on me. I didn't take it. I run to the dollar store. It's just a 5-minute thing. Mike, I would have loved to get a picture of this woman. I did not, so I apologize. I dropped the ball there. I Richard Mendenhall that shit, and I fumbled. So I apologize, guys. I apologize. Let's get back to the board, see what's going on. Jamie says this. He says, just got goosebumps. Can't wait, my man. Me too. Me too. Me too. Somber says it will definitely be interesting. Hopefully the right side will build chemistry by the time we hit that gauntlet. Yes. See, that's been my quiet concern, was that right-hand side of the line now. It's just kind of my quiet concern. Again, we're assuming that everything is going to go fine. But again, inside linebackers, right-hand side of the line, just kind of a couple quiet questions that I've had. Let's go here to Kevin. Kevin says, Rodgers 32 touchdowns and 9 picks this year. I'll take it. What do you have last year, 24-7?
I think so.
So I think 8 more touchdowns, 2 more picks. That sounds doable. I mean, that sounds certainly ballpark, right? Yinzer Joe says Pierre didn't have a lot of penalties. Porter did. Pierre, yeah. And listen, I'm not saying he wasn't nice. He was nice. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have Porter. I just would.
Yeah, it would. Porter again was the best cornerback on third down.
Yeah.
Giving up the least amount of yards and first downs. One of the best in zone with completion percentage against. One of the best in mans against completion percentage against. Pierre played great last year. I forget who the DB coach was last year. It was Gerald Hawkins who came in for a year. He helped those two. He accelerated their development, and Pierre smartly followed him over to Detroit. But to say that Pierre is better than JPJ, I think is a bit disingenuous just because of the questions. Pierre's been in the league for a long time and finally got it together. This, Porter's coming into his 4th year and is already a top 10, top 5 corner in the league.
Let's continue. Somber says this. McCormick has been solid for a while. He was drafted. His footwork and hand placement still scares me. He's gotten better, though. The one thing that encourages me about him, you don't hear his name on game day. And that's one of the best, we've probably all been stuck on the offensive line when we were in Pee-wees. That's the best thing. If you don't get your name called, you are succeeding. And that's the one of the most encouraging things to me about Mason McCormick, Mike. You don't see the laundry on the field for this guy. It's not any problems like that. So I agree with you, Somber. I agree with what you're saying. But I just think that he's been so quiet. And again, not a lot of people talk about him. And if you're an offensive lineman, that means you're doing really good. So I like this. Mark Malone, hopefully Dunker and IMAX makes the decision easy for the coaches. Hopefully. But again, we got to remember they are rookies. They are rookies. Tyrone says Yinzer Joe Pierre had a 5-game run. Calm down, buddy. LOL. JPJ did it 3 straight years. He had 5 flags last year. Tyrone says, I agree there, Mark. I want Dunker and Max to start. Let's go here to Somber, the Phoenix haircut. Yes. I wish I'd have had my what a fumble. I really dropped the ball. I wish I could have got this lady. We'd be having a good time, man. Tyrone says Troy left tackle, left guard McCormick, center Frazier, right guard Dunker, and Max right. I think that's what a lot of people are hoping for. So let's go Tortilla. People are just biased. Yeah, I don't even get why. I'm going to be honest. I did just the name alone. I assume that Pittsburgh Steelers fans are going to like him because that's just the way we are here. We're very relationship oriented when it comes to our players. We like that shit. We like that shit. I don't know why we do. Let's continue right here to Ty. Says, Mike, that's why you my guy. That was straight facts. What else does he have to do for the Steelers fans? I hate this fan base sometimes. They're rough. They're rough. But you know what? That's why I like the fan base when it's rough. Because it means people are trying. People are into it. If you have 35 opinions, you know what? That's 35 takes of the product and the team that we love. So I understand what you're saying. Believe me. I think it's a good thing, though. You gotta have the good, the bad, the smart, the stupid, the tall, the short, everything. So it just shows me that everybody's thinking about their Steelers. Let's go here to Tortilla. Ramsey called JPJ number 1 for a reason. I'll take his word over some biased keyboard GM. Not a bad comment. Tortilla 100%. Tyrone does agree with you. Let's do scoot along here a little bit, Mike. Let's get back. And I want to talk about Dalen Everett just a little bit more. Dalen Everett, Mike. He's named the biggest Steeler surprise this offseason after holding his own against DK Metcalf in OTAs. How much does the second part of that make you feel better than the first part? Now, the first part's encouraging. Yes. Because it's saying you're a rookie. He's the Steelers' biggest surprise. So that's a good thing. But how much does it make you feel better to hear, Mike, that by the way he held his own against DK Metcalf, he's our number 1. We've seen him throw people to the ground. Dalen Everett, a rookie, holding his own against DK Metcalf. It's just the cherry on the cake, if you will.
For me. Yeah. It is. It's the cherry on top of that sundae, man. Like, if he can do that let me rephrase that, man. So doing that in OTAs and minicamp, that's a damn good thing. And like Steel, that's where I was getting. Do it in pads. I want to see that continued linear progression.
I want to see you wearing that shower cap all through preseason too.
Dalen Everett's a dog, and I'm just a Dum Yinzers trying to survive. But no, if you can do that in pads and you can do that in practice, he's not a jump ball guy. But if you're locking him down on routes, that's impressive. And dude's a beast. And if you're able to go stride for stride with DK Metcalf, who's pretty fast guy, that's impressive, man. If you can stay locked into his hip to a guy that's been in the league that long, I like the sound of that. Yes, he's not locking up prime AB in practice, but there are Hall of Famers that could not lock up prime AB in practice. But for a young rookie coming out of the 3rd round, doing that against DK, that's a really good sign.
That's a good point, Somber. I mean, yeah, absolutely. But the fact that the dude's a rook, never played a single snap in the NFL. I mean, he's holding his own. I mean, yeah. The thing is, he's a beast. DK Metcalf's a beast. He's our number 1. So again, I do find it encouraging. But yeah, if you do start hearing that about Michael Pittman, he's locking up all of our top receivers. That would be certainly encouraging for our defense and our young defensive back. Let's get back to the board here. I'm going to go to Tyrone. Tyrone said it's a good thing. It's just the hate Porter gets. I get you, bro. Believe me. Listen, I'm on your side. I'm on your side, man. We wear the same colors. We bleed the same colors. I'm right there with you. Let's continue. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. Do it in pads. That's all I got to say. Yeah, that's what I got to be honest, Mike. I am so excited that we just have a little over a month. 35 days. 35 days, I think.
I think so.
Let's go right here. Somber. Oh, right here. Somber. DK isn't really a jump ball guy, which is a shame. As big and strong as he is, he should be. But you're right. Somber, if he did it with Pittman, I'd be more impressed. Good look, though. Agreed. Somber says he's up for the challenge, and I like that. You got to like that, man. Because we got, again, guys that still ain't finding their way to the field after a couple seasons, and to hear these kind of words about this young rookie Mike coming out of the third round, very, very encouraging. Everspeed will help him out a lot. Somber says this, and then also Tortilla, Dean, and JPJ damn near had the same stat. They sure did. Mike, them, and was it Christian Gonzalez and James Pierre were 4 of the top 5 corners in the league.
Yeah.
In that particular category. I can't remember what it was, but I do recall the Jamal Dean, JPJ, Christian Gonzalez, and you know who it was? It was Kenya Mitchell.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was a completion percentage or quarterback rating, so some shit like that. But it was very impressive. That you looked at it and you're like, holy shit! 3 of the 4 of those guys are either current or former Steelers.
Quinion Mitchell. I'm sorry about the pronunciation. Let's go right here to Tortilla. Okay, I'm sorry, Tyrone. Tyrone says, yeah, they did. JPJ had better, but I like our duo and depth. Absolutely. I'm happy with what we're doing. We put a lot of work into this offseason. So, again, you hope to see it come to fruition when it comes around, guys. But, Mike, this topic here, I think is interesting only because I fucking talked about it last week when nobody else was, and then all of a sudden it's out there. So I'm just going to say this, and I'm not patting myself. I'm just saying, Mike, this over the weekend, right here, analysts question Mike Tomlin's support of the Steelers. Will Mike Tomlin continue the route on the Steelers, or will he not, being that he's probably going to not look as good if the Steelers have improved? Mike, I was the only guy that brought this up about a week and a half ago. I was.
Mm-hmm.
And now I see it pop up over the weekend, Mike. A story here. Analyst questions Mike Tomlin's support of the Steelers. Can you see him continuing to support the Steelers, the team that he was coaching for almost 2 decades? Or do you see a guy who's a human being who might say, well, shit, I couldn't get it done. I couldn't make the changes. I couldn't do what it needed to do to turn the ship around. Is Mike Tomlin going to be a Steeler fan? Does he want this team to do good in the back of his mind? I'm not talking about the he's a great guy. He's a smart guy. He's going to come out and say the right things. But as a human being, as you, as me, as Mark, as Ty, as Somber, as everybody, is there something about this guy that's not going to be so excited to see this team do well in January?
I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be excited.
Because it makes him look worse.
Well, when he left, he said, hey, guys, we need to change to get to where you want to get to, and I'm not going to be able to get you there. So I don't know why he would be mad if someone else came in and got his guys
I would be
somewhere else.
Let me tell you a secret.
That's you. And
let me tell you a secret. Here's the thing. You don't know him.
I don't know him.
You know me. If I walked off the show one day and I found something else came along and I went to get a rate, whatever, I wouldn't want the person to come after me to do better. Not because I'm an asshole, not because I don't want the show to do good, because I'm a human being, and we all have ego. Yeah, you have ego. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So
but not every human being is going to be like, oh, I fuck them. I'm not there. I don't want them good. There's a lot of human beings. I'm like, you know what? Hey, I had a lot of good time there.
And I left
a lot of good people there.
We don't know what kind of human being he is on the inside.
You don't know him either, and you're insinuating he's just going to be they shut it down. So I'm going to insinuate that I'm just going to go by what he has said.
I'm going off of human nature. Anybody that I've ever seen had somebody coming after him. Yeah, they say they want him to be successful, but did they really? But anyway, the point being, Mike, this was something that I brought up about 10 days ago, and now all of a sudden it is an article. Nobody was talking about this, and I foreseen it. I said, this is going to be something, because again, I wouldn't want to go on better than it was when I was there, because it makes me look incompetent. That's all. I'm not saying it's even his ego. I'm just saying because it's going to make him look incompetent in certain ways. So at the end of the day, opinions aside, do you think, not because you don't think it's going to, do you think that people are going to think this way?
People will think that way, but do I think Tomlin is not going to root for the Steelers?
I don't know him personally, so I can't say. But I'm talking about fans. We do know that. You know me.
Oh,
you know the
fans
board.
will think that.
You know the board. These are the people we know. These are the people we could go off of.
Well, I really don't know the board. I know of them, but what I'm
No,
saying
no.
is like
Let me straighten out. You know the board more than you know Mike Tomlin personally. I think. Can we agree
yeah,
on that?
in
Okay.
that sense,
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough.
But what I'm saying is like, yeah, there's still going to be people that like, well, no matter what Tomlin says, people are like, well, that's wrong. You actually think this, so yeah, they're gonna do that. Tomlin
Okay.
can stay out there like cheering on them for every win, and people are like, oh, he's just doing that to save face.
You think Bill Belichick cheers on Mike Vrabel's Patriots?
Oh fuck no, because Bill Belichick seems like a miserable human being.
See, well, you don't know. That's the thing. At the end of the day, you just don't know. So this is what I'm saying. I think it's a possibility because at the end of the day, human nature you don't want to look incompetent. And if somebody comes along and takes his team to the AFC Championship the year after he leaves, after 10 years of no playoff wins, there's a bit of incompetence that you're going to feel amongst yourself. I would think, unless you're totally numb and retarded, you don't feel anything. There will be a certain level of incompetence that people will say, well, dude, you couldn't get it done for 10 years. This coach comes in and gets it done the very next year. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's way off.
I think it is. I think it's putting like your personal opinion of Tomlin is
Whoa.
What's
What's my personal opinion of Tomlin? I like Tomlin.
I'm just saying, like you've been very disappointed in the way he's coached. You
Absolutely.
Don't like
you weren't. The last 10 years didn't
that,
disappoint you. The staleness of the team.
I'm saying you're letting your own feelings of him cloud your feelings of the way he would think, and I'm just going like, hey, taking this guy at face value.
That's not right.
What
That's not
he
correct.
says.
But anyway, I'm not going to
argue.
argue.
That's just what I'm feeling. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel.
So you don't know the way he is, but you're going to stick up for him. You know the way I am, and you're going to battle me.
I'm not battling you. I'm just saying what I feel.
Okay.
Which is what we do here. We say what we feel.
Absolutely. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing.
You do every time I say what I feel and I think.
Mike, I'm not arguing one bit. I could promise you. I'm trying to keep the show interesting, in case you're wondering.
Oh, God. Yes, that's right. I forget. I always forget we want to keep the show interesting.
Okay, so you want to do this? You want to do this for the next 20 minutes?
No, we can do this for the next 20 minutes.
See, I don't want to because I never wanted to. And the thing was, it wasn't supposed to be like that. For whatever reason,
Oh, no, you get very defensive, though, on certain topics. So
I'm just trying to keep the show going, man.
You just get very, very defensive on some topics.
Still Loyal says yes. It's very interesting. Again, Mike, I don't know.
I've just never seen people so obsessed with someone who's no longer a part of like the Steelers. It's just comical, man.
I see people. See, I think that's crazy as well. But you know what? I can't do this the whole rest of the show. We have Steelers to talk about. It's not about our egos. That was my opinion. Your opinion. People at home and watching could also make their own opinion. That's all it was truly meant for. Let's continue on the board. Lots of things going on. Lots to still get into on the show. Let's see, Tortilla, I think he'll have mixed emotions again because he's human. I couldn't agree more. He was forced out. He chose to leave, absolutely. And again, I don't know how my opinion of Mike Tomlin is making this an argument. Mike Tomlin, Somber says, Tomlin knew he was stale. He walked away to give the vets a shot or at least a chance to see if there was a problem. That shows humility. Steel Loyal says, I don't care who Tomlin pulls for, just want to see him. Exactly. That's all. I'm going off of pure human emotion why I based the question the way that I did. Somber says this Tomlin is beloved in the building. He loves football. I'm sure he still watches the Bucks as well. Let's continue down here. I'm going to go the opposite direction now to get caught up. I think he'll have a mix of emotions. I could agree with that. Tortilla at Somber, exactly. He said multiple times he just wants to see Cam and TJ win. I think we're going to have to be beyond Cam. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. I don't know Cam either, but I have negative opinions of him. Let's go to Tyrone. I think it was both Tortilla. To be honest, I think they definitely had a talk, and that sealed it for him, I think. Tortilla says, I was so young, I don't know, but did Cowher act mad at the Steelers? Cowher just came off a Super Bowl. That's the difference. One guy couldn't win a playoff game in 10 years. That's the difference in that particular comment. Let's go here to, it's definitely interesting for sure. Come on, guys, next topic. Somber doesn't like when we fight. Steel Loyal says, y'all remember Mad TV? Absolutely. I blame Mark Malone for this, is what Tortilla is saying. Steel Loyal said, yes, this is Mark Malone's fault. Mark Malone says, this way, Clank Johnson? Everybody love every absolutely, and we do. I don't believe me. Just because Mike gets confused by
what we do.
the tone of my voice, that makes me love him no less. Believe me. Somber said this. I don't disagree with that take, Ryan. Not sure if there's enough time for those guys, but we'll see. Christine says, "Okay, I'm back. What are we fighting?" Not.
It's just Mike and Ryan haven't fought in like 3 months. We had to get a little chippy.
That's all right. And finally, I don't think on any level. I think if a teacher leaves, you don't want the next. You'd say that you do. Of course you say, because that's, you don't look like a dick. But at the end of the day, there's something in the back of our minds as human beings. We're fucked up. Some people are good, some people, but at the end of the day, we're human. And to see the next person coming along and up show you, it's not a good feeling. And again, I wouldn't think that would be so weird to think.
I don't know. Like every time I've left like a company or position, someone took over.
I hated them. Every person.
I never did. I was like, dude, man, if you can do it better than me, fuck yeah, go in and do it, man. Because that's gonna I left there with like a lot of people that I like that they're doing better. Fuck yeah, man. That's
the ego of somebody we're not successful. The thing is, these guys are greatly successful. The ego has to be a lot bigger than ours. So it's kind of unfair to even use us as an example in a way. Let's go right here to Steel. Just like practice, if you ain't fighting, there is a problem. Tortilla says this. I get sad when the Yinzers mad. Somber says Eagles Patriots joint practice in Foxborough on August 19th to 20th, when New England wide receiver AJ Brown will get the opportunity to go against his former teammate Shefty. I think that's going to help New England gratefully.
Yeah, this is you and I right now, man. We're going at it like it's a joint practice.
Somber, Christine, and you should agree. You should agree with Somber because he agreed with me. That is the main.
And if Somber didn't agree with you, you'd be like, "No, don't listen to that guy."
That is See,
transparent.
See, aren't humans fucking nuts?
See, you're about as transparent as I am as biggest hypocrite as I am, or something.
I'm insane. Don't go by me. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, I always tell anyone I'm training that they are my replacement and I'm getting fired. One more thing, Mike, as we are kind of rounding third here of the show. This one here, I think that we're talking a little bit about camp throughout the course of the show today, Mike. And I just want to throw the dates out there so nobody misses it. Mike, a month and 6 days from right now, we do have the players showing up at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, the 28th. The 29th, we officially do start camp on the 3rd. The 3rd is the first day of pads. On the 8th, Mike, that is Saturday Night Lights. Of course, this is the new edition of the Friday Night Lights that's been done for many years. And then finally, Mike, August 17 is the last practice. I think that they play a game. I don't have the dates in front of me, but it seems to me that they play a game. They still have camp, and then they go play a game, and then they're back home. If I'm remembering right, I think that's the way that it goes.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think they play 1 or 2 games, and then there's like some practices in there.
Guys, so this here is my last topic of the day, Mike, as far as my topic sheet goes. Steelers expected to drop 7 shots and backs on backers at camp, Mike. This is this morning by way of Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Chris Carter writes, Mike, this is going to be something new that they do at camp this year. They didn't do the 7 shots at OTAs. Mike, they are literally changing the way things are ran under the new coaching system. Steelers expected to drop 7 shots and backs on backers at camp. I think this is not a good. I like backs on backers. It's a fan favorite, of course. Mike, your thoughts on the just overall change in Pittsburgh, starting with this topic?
These two right here, I'm with Somber. Oh hell nah. Exactly. No Diddy. We need backs on backers. Like I love that drill. I love watching Jalen Warren jack up linebackers or get pissed when he whiffs on a block and demand to keep going back in there. I love those, man. It's like, watching the lines at the Coliseum. Give me that. I need it. The 7 shots, I like that. That's fun, man. Let's see what the offense can do in there. But I'm interested to see what they're going to replace them with anything at all. But I do think there's a spot in there for those backs on backers drills, man. Like picking up blitzing linebackers, man, that's a huge thing for running backs in the NFL.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think that certainly amongst fans love the backs on backers. And again, you get to camp. There's just certain things you like. But like Mike was saying, I do also agree. I can't wait to see the turns they take, the things they do that are going to be different from in the past. And again, it's not just from the past coaching staff, from the past 3 coaching staffs. I want to see what it is that Mike McCarthy does to make that name for himself starting in camp, Mike. And again, everything that he does from this point on is going to be making a name for himself. So it's just all going to be very interesting learning about our team and the things that they could do, the changes that they could possibly make. But again, Mike, as of this morning, written by Chris Carter out of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Steelers expected to drop 7 shots and backs on backers at Steeler.
It's kind of disheartening, but like we said, I want to see what they're going to do next.
Absolutely. Somber says, "Oh hell no." Somber also says, "We need backs on backers." No Diddy. Still loyal. There will probably be, and that's what I'm thinking as well. I mean, they're not going to, totally stop drills and things like this that are, that help you analyze and help you get ready for football. So at the end of the day, I can't wait to see what it is they have next. Also, who's all coming in? I'm just kind of curious who's all coming in from out of town for camp. I know that Ty's coming in for some football games. I do also know that Chris is coming up from Florida for camp. I do know Steele's coming up from Carolina. Anybody else coming up into Western PA for camp, guys? We have a month and 6 days. July will be over. June will be over before you know it. July will be right here as we're smack dab in summer. It's officially summer, as yesterday was officially the first day of summer. Some places certainly feeling a lot more like summer than others. We're still pretty mild here in Western PA. I just know talking to Vegas and then also Somber on the board, it got really hot their way out west last week, and summer is here. Summer is here. Ty says, "I'll be there." Oh, my man, that's awesome. Ty's coming to town for camp. Christine, I would like to. Where is everyone staying? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where everyone's staying at, Christine. I'll probably be getting more information from everybody as we do move a little long now that we were kind of almost a month away. But yeah, make your way up. And again, remember, St. Vincent College in Latrobe is Westmoreland County. It's a lot of farmland. So just keep that in mind as well. If you've never made the trek up, it's not quite like being in the city. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. Mark Malone, man, I'd love to, man. Come on over. Come on over. We'll do a big thing here. We'll do a show with everybody that's on the board, but everybody that's on the board will be in the house, and we'll make it awesome, guys. I don't know. Keep me posted. I'm just very interested because, again, we are just a little over a month. I could have swore we were just a couple months away, but guys, and also we are 83 days away from the Steelers kicking it off at home here at Acrisure Stadium against the Atlanta Falcons, guys, in just 83 days. Mark Malone, man, Derpy. Yeah, maybe you could stay with Derpy. What else we got? Let me just kind of go over a few things here on the board as I do know that when Mike comes back, we're going to jump into some trivia time. Let me give you a hint. Today we talked about Jeremy Bernard. Early in the show, we talked a little bit about Roman Wilson. And a little bit of a concern that I had here because I was reading it. It says this, Aaron Rodgers, Mike, I told him that Sports Illustrated wrote that Aaron, there's a certain skeptical. Aaron might be skeptical of going to a guy like Jeremy because he's so young. This has been something that he shied away from in the past, was using those rookie weapons because they were rookies. So today, guys, I just want to throw out there the question of the day. The question of the day is going to be about a rookie wide receiver. Just keep that in mind as I'm waiting. As Mike gets back, we'll get that rolling here. Rookie wide receivers. I'm sorry, Mark Malone says could always stay at Derpy's. Could always stay there, of course. I don't know anybody that wants to, but that's an option. He's in Florida now. He's on his yearly vacation from what I don't know, but as of right now, Derpy is in Florida. If you caught Derpy and Friends last night, you would have seen him actually fall asleep during the live show. Let's go to Somber. Party at Christine's house. Woo woo. That's all right. Let's go to Christine's. Christine's is still a little bit out of the way, but we could make the trek there and then I'll come back up. I guess we could do that. Tyrone says party at Lindsay's house. Party at Lindsay's house with ribs and mac and cheese and cornbread, baby. And then we could go straight to the Lindsay and Tater wedding. I guess we can make it a thing. It could be an all weekend thing or something we could do with that as well. And as soon as Mike gets back, we will get into this trivia question of the day. This, of course, it's about rookie wide receivers. Somber says, "Oh no, LOL." Tater was here a little bit earlier, but let me go over a few things before he does come back. Pittsburgh Pirates, they will be back at it tomorrow night as they fall to 39-39. They're free falling, if you ask me. They did not act quick enough to go get those relieving pitchers. The relievers, I think it's too late. The Pirates sitting at 39-39 at about 78 games in. Again, you fall about 8-9 games back in baseball. It's so difficult to get back into it. It really is a big challenge. Again, everybody else is there's a lot of teams that that sell by trade deadline. So in theory, they just stop competing because they don't feel that they have a chance, and everybody else is a free-for-all. Teams like the Brewers are going to be beating the shit out of these teams and everyone else. So yes, we're going to get some cheap wins, but so is everybody else. Did we fall too far behind in the division for it to make a difference? Let me grab a couple messages, Mike, and we're going to get into this trivia question for the day. Jamie says this: I'll be on medical leave the whole time during July. The only thing that sucks is I won't be able to walk.
Damn,
sucks,
bro, that
brother.
sucks.
I will certainly be thinking about you, man.
We can send Derpy to be his home health aide.
Yeah, we could. Listen, if you're concerned,
you'll be walking real quick, bro.
Yeah, if you're concerned about anything, I'm sure he'll fall asleep halfway through it, and you won't have any issues. Let's go here to Mark. He says, "Drink plenty of booze with pain pills."
Wait, and that's just sound life advice in general.
Hey, plenty of booze and pain pills. We'll all be calling for JPJ to be traded by the end of that night. Teasing, of course, absolutely.
I miss, and there's a party at Lindsay's house. Did I not get the invite?
Well, we're working on it.
Okay.
We have to make sure it coincides with her and Tater's wedding. So that's
this is true. I know they ever since the nuptials have become getting closer. They haven't been on as much. I think they're consummating the marriage before the marriage even happened.
Let's go.
Don't let this get back to her.
I'm telling her. I wish she was here right now.
That's fucked up, bro. We have one little tiff, and now you're going to go rat me out. I see how it is. Kevin says it's 91 in Central Virginia. Fuck that, bro.
I think it's 71 here.
Yeah, it's 71 here, and I'm dying.
Somber says not as hot as here this week, only a high of 96 today. That's still hot, man. Mark Malone could suckle from Derpy's black and gold taint maybe his taint. Let's go here to Tortilla black and yellow circle pills, and Somber says this 105 down the hill about 30 minutes. That's a hot day. Absolutely. Let me grab Jamie. Mike, we're going to jump into this question of the day. Jamie says, I'm getting a little scooter thing, but I don't think it's the right time to travel to Pittsburgh from Florida to watch them. Probably not, man. Hey, but you'll get it. Heal up and get your butt up here later in the season. Let's go to Christine. Christine says this: I dislocated my shoulder a couple weeks ago. Take it from me. Pain pills and vodka. Not a good combo. Made me mouthy as hell.
How was that different than any other day?
I was going to say, right?
Shit.
Let's get to it, guys. Question of the day, Mike. The trivia question today. The hint is this, Mike. Rookie wide receivers. That's right.
I overheard.
This is what we're going to say about that, Mike. Question of the day. I will get to once you tell everybody about the website.
The Dumyinzers.com is popping across at the bottom here at some point. So check it out. You got articles by me. You got articles by Vanilla Thunder. You had stuff up there from RB during the draft. Take a look. See how right we are and how right some of these rookies might develop. We got all of our social media links over there. And if it's your sort of thing too, we got the link to the merch store, man. Buy some Two Dum Yinzers merch at the Dumyinzers.com.
You want to be the coolest cat this summer. There you go. Get yourself some merch.
Yeah.
Guys, let me just grab a couple more right here. Oh, Mark Malone, the teat, of course. Derpy's teat. How could have I made that mistake? Somber said, laugh my ass off. Exact thoughts about Christine. Christine says, bah, ha, 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 ha. And Kevin Bernard will have 858 yards this season. That would be freaking awesome if our rookie does have that, guys. Let's get into the question of the day. Mike, put on your thinking caps. Everybody on the board, everybody at home. Let's do it. Question of the day. Who is the best wide receiver rookie by catches for the Steelers in team history?
Ooh.
Guys, by catches and yards. Catches and yards. He owns both of them. I'm just saying. Again, let me read this again. Who is the best wide receiver rookie by catches and yards in team history? Throw up your guesses. Throw up your answers. You may know it. You might not. Throw it up there, Mike. Also, you think about it as well. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. every day right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
Question of the day. Let me grab right here. Kevin, he says, oh, shit, I'll say 750. Hey, we'll take it, man. Tortilla, rush hard weapon balls. Rush hard weapon balls. Tortilla is saying. Christine says, I'm going to say Juju. Christophus, my man. Great seeing. I was just talking about you, Christophus. He says Antonio Brown. Guys, again, the question of the day is this. Who is the best wide receiver rookie by catches and yards? It's the same guy in team history. Tortilla saying it's got to be Juju. Tyrone says, maybe Santonio Holmes, number 10. One of my favorites, Mark Malone. Not a name to laugh at either. Yancey Thigpen, certainly in the 90s. Still loyal like Juju. Yeah, I like Juju, had really good rookie season. Mike, with everything that's being said, I see about 4 or 5 different names here. What's your thought process on the question of the day? Who is the best wide receiver rookie by catches and yards in Steeler history?
I first went to Swanee. Thought about him.
Ooh,
what up, Kevin? Then I was like, Troy Edwards had a sneaky good rookie year for his 1 year of success in the NFL. Then also, Juju had a really good rookie year.
Can I give you a hint? If I didn't know the answer, I don't think I would have got this correct. That take that over you want. I'm just saying.
It could be Johnny Stallworth. I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going out there on a limb. I know probably going to get laughed at, but I am going to go Troy Edwards. I think he had one of those sneaky good rookie years that we forget about just because what his career ended up being.
Let me grab a couple messages. Kevin, always great seeing you, brother. Welcome back. He says, what up, fellas? Great to see you, Kev. He says, thunderstorms later this evening. And you know what? I like a thunderstorm in the evening. I like sitting out on the deck and watch. It's really relaxed, like being at the ocean. It's that same vibe, you know?
Dude, the kids love doing that.
Yeah, I do too.
Like I said, the kids.
I'm 9.
So do I, too.
I truly, honestly, I love the thunder. I love lightning. I love the darkness. It's just, it's amazing.
The smell.
Let's go here to Christine. Christine says, Juju, you're 100% right. Claypool did have a very good rookie season.
He had a really good 7 games.
At least the first 7.5 games. After that, it fell to shit. But Juju had a phenomenal rookie season. Claypool also had a really good rookie year, is what Christine is saying. Thunderstorms here in Nashville. It just seems like thunderstorms are stronger in Nashville. Like, I don't know if it's because country singers, they always make everything sound more dramatic. But to me, when I think of a Nashville thunderstorm, I think that sounds bad. I don't know. Tortilla says, Google says Sammy Coates. Google says Sammy Coates. Google is goofy sometime. Guys, question of the day. Here we go. Who is the best wide receiver rookie by catches and yards in team history? A lot of different answers. Mike, you said Stallworth. Swan.
I said it on Troy Edwards.
Oh, Troy Edwards. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mentioned those guys.
You did. That's right. I apologize. Yeah. Somber says the answer is Brandon Ayuk. Jamie Chase Claypool. Again, if it wasn't, he started real strong. I don't know what the hell happened. And literally ever since, Mike, he just hasn't been able to get it together. Let's go here to Christine. She says we had a tornado warning last night. Probably going to get, it's that time of year, you know. Going from cold to hot, and you get all the fronts, and I don't know. I tried to pay attention once. But anyway, let's get to it, guys. The question of the day is, who is the best wide receiver rookie by catches and yards in the team's history? And this is with the total of 58 catches, 917 yards. The touchdowns was not the best, but the receptions and the yards were. Juju Smith-Schuster, Mike, as a rookie, had 917 yards and 58 catches, which were both the best by a Steeler rookie wide receiver. Again, the touchdown 7 was good, but it was not the top by a rookie. So there you go, guys. Juju, Kevin says. Stallworth, Kevin. Kevin Reed. I'm sorry, Kevin Reed saying Stallworth. Got 2 new Kevins on the board. Also, I do want to say what's up to Han John. Han John, Troy Edwards is the answer. I knew before it was asked because I couldn't log in. Louis Lips Mike was one of my favorites of all time because when I was a kid, I just, he was who was there.
Yep.
It was Rod Woodson on defense and Louis Lips on offense. And, of course, there was a lot. David Little. Hardy Nickerson. Remember that name? Remember Hardy Nickerson?
Yeah, I remember Hardy Nickerson.
Dirk Dawson just took over the spot from Webby. Bubby. Of course, Tim Worley we had on the show. The highest draft pick ever in the Super Bowl era, whose name wasn't Terry Bradshaw. Tim Worley spent some time here with us on the show. Even Merrill Hodge, Mike. Even Merrill Hodge. Eric Green, Kevin. Yeah, absolutely.
The list goes on and on and on.
Christine says, woohoo, I love being right. And you were correct, guys. Mike, your thoughts today's show?
I can't wait. Like we were talking about all season, man, to see the new changes, the new schemes that are going to happen on offense, defense. But I think like a lot of people are missing it. You kind of brought up the end, the changes that are going to happen on the practice field at training camp. No backs on backers, no 7-on-7. I want to see the new drills. I want to see what's going to happen and how that's going to translate onto the field, because we saw the backs on backers. That's what a lot of people noticed first when Jalen Warren first stepped foot on practice, was this little dude ain't afraid to stick it in there against these linebackers. And then you saw him play more, and you saw it happen in those preseason games. That's how he ended up making the team. Not saying that drill did, but that opened the eyes to a lot of fans. And then those 7 shots too. How well is the offense looking? How well is the defense doing? So I'm interested to see what McCarthy's going to tinker with in training camp. Add some new drills and shit like that. And yes, Somber, I can't wait for the pads, baby.
And I did. Let me correct something, because I'm looking up here, guys. Troy Edwards, of course, he had 714 yards, but the receptions itself says 61. So again, I'm seeing that Juju had more yards. So again, this day and age, it's so hard to get consistent answers on the internet, isn't it?
Yeah, you type it in, you're trusting it,
and then you type in 3 more times and it gives you 3 more answers. Let's continue right here. Let's go to you need the media guide pulled up at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the media guide's really, really accurate. I used to get the media guide every year, and then I just stopped. Let's go here to Christine. I hate to say it, but Pickens and Deontay Johnson were probably not far behind. Kevin says, got to go, fellas. The storm shelter, my man. Stay safe. Be safe. We can't wait to hear from you tomorrow, man. Make sure everything's all right. Take care, Kev. Be careful, bro. Jamal Gang, my man. Tyrone, great show, you bastards. We appreciate you, man. As always, have a great day to Kevin, for sure. Jamie, yes, and that's what I'm saying. Did Chase have 11? That seems excessive, but it could have very well been 11. Again, I'm going to have to buy a media guide, Mike.
I know.
Questions of the day.
They're stumping you.
Somber says pads. Can't wait for pads. Follows it up by saying that will give us our answers on the offensive line for sure. Ty says Bernard will break that. I hope you're right. Christine says, and all we know that AB was the best receiver to ever play in the NFL. Not my opinion, just straight facts. And John says Edwards had more catches, which is more than Juju. He did. It's saying 61 catches. However, he didn't have more yards. I apologize. Again, I'm going to have to maybe use a different system while coming up with the questions, or look it up 16 different times and try to decide which is the correct answer, which is kind of effed up. Yeah. Let's go here. Juju 58. Troy did have 61. I'm seeing that as well. Also, Christine, throw a bottle of whiskey up in that tornado. Mark Malone, man, we had baseball size. Hell, that is crazy. Everybody be safe, man, for sure. A few things before we do get ready to start wrapping up, though. I do want to say these things. Mike, it's summer, got mad sports, and we're only a month away from camp for the Steelers in St. Vincent College in Latrobe in Westmoreland County here in Western Pennsylvania, guys. And once the summer and the sports come, I know that it's hard to not tip a couple back. And if you do tip a couple back, do tip yourself back some Duquesne Pilsner, guys. Like right now, it's available in 6 and 12 packs at Giant Eagle. Also, wherever cases are sold, the people with Duquesne Pilsner have always been awesome to us, so we try to do the same for them in return. If you swing by, check out. If you're not, listen, if maybe you're not a big drinker, swing by, check out their social media pages. I'm sure they would appreciate that. Hit the follow, hit the like. It'll all help them out. While you're doing that, swing by and check us out as well, guys. We are all over the social media. Shvir as well. Guys, we are at Facebook. We are at X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Swing by and hit the follow button. Keep up with what's going on with the two Dum Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And finally, do hit the like button down below. If you haven't had a chance yet, hit the like, hit the sub, hit the leave a comment, do it all. It all helps us out in the algorithm, guys. We couldn't appreciate it more. Tyrone, my man, peace out, sir. You have a great day. Stay safe. Christine, damn, Claypool did have more catches and touchdowns. It is crazy. It was a strong start. What a letdown, Mike. One of the strongest starts by a rookie in Steelers history for a wide receiver, and he literally just shit the bed.
I thought he was going to be a damn good receiver. Like a great receiver, the way he was playing. I'm like, oh my God, we found like a mini Calvin Johnson, and he turned into a mini Troy Edwards.
He just proved that he shouldn't have been in the league, which is absolutely insane considering the first part of that rookie season. It's truly incredible what happened with Claypool. 9 receiving and 2 rushing touchdowns is what Han John is saying. Thank you for that. Also, Mark Malone says this later. JPJ Nut Hugger. Ty says this. I have Claypool jersey. My grandpa got me a couple months ago. I'm going to act like the 11 is for Pittman. Hey. It's always good to save money, man. Somber says, where's Chase these days making flapjacks somewhere? And John says, Claypool had 62 catches. And Christine, I agree, Ryan. I thought he was the one. Again, I blame, you know what, Canada, it was like 2 different people. It was like 2 different people watching him play from the beginning and then beyond. Because then, Mike, I remember he wouldn't stand up to catch the ball. It was just something weird. There was something weird.
Like he had alligator arms. He was afraid of the contested catch. He was just weird.
And again, I just don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, Mike. It was like turning the switch off. Somber, my man, thank you. He says, didn't he try for the Giants or something and not get picked up?
Packers, I think.
There was a few, yeah. I mean, he was scooting around. He was trying. My man, also, thank you, Somber. You have a great one as well. We'll see you tomorrow. A few more things, Mike, before we do get ready to take off, and we are going to roll for the day. I do want to say this. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to get back into everything, guys. Again, Pirates start a new series tomorrow against Seattle, and tomorrow will just be one step closer to training camp for the Steelers. Mike, again, today, 83 Heath Miller days away from camp. Tomorrow, I'm going to say it'll be a Yancey Thigpen kind of day, as will only be 82 days, slowly but surely getting to the end of the middle of July, basically. I guess to more the end of July, the 28th will be showing up. But we will be back tomorrow to get into so much more stuff about the Steelers. We hope to see everybody then. Let me grab a couple more messages, Mike, and we are going to bounce. Christine says he was probably on that Sorby train. LOL. Sorsby train, I'm sorry. Tyrone says, wait, hold up. Y'all seen that Kevin Colbert's defending Kenny? That was a good pick. It was stupid. Yeah, they've been talking about that for the weekend. I'm not we touched on it slightly on Friday. And Jamie says, appreciate you fellas, chat. God bless. Fam, absolutely. You too, Jamie. Great seeing you. We hope to see you back
Take
again.
care, man.
And the other day was weird, Mike. We've seen a couple people that hasn't been here since season.
Yeah.
Phil the Steel popped in. Of course, quite an animated character on the board.
That's to say the least.
Yeah. Tortilla says, anyone named Chase is automatically an op in Pittsburgh. I do want to say this, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. Yes. I want to say thank you to everybody that's on the board. You always keep things interested. You are the lifeblood of this show. I always say that, and I always mean that. Thank you for everything that you do for this show. Everybody that's at home, maybe you're listening, watching, maybe you're at the gym, in the car, at the workplace, taking a shit, trying to get to the end of your day at work, which I totally understand entirely. We thank you, too. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to do it all over again. We hope to see everybody then. Mike, any thoughts before we take off for today?
I got nothing, man. This is a great show.
Be
you
cool,
guys
bro.
were awesome.
Absolutely. You too, Chris. Always great seeing you. Can't wait to see you next month. Christine, everybody have a great evening for show. Getting that for show. Let's go here to Ty. Watch Michael Jackson movie. Bacardi and Coke, Kevin says. Sounds good to me. Guys, it is summer. It's time to take some drinks. Take the load off. Mike, and maybe watch some of this rain. Hopefully, if it's not too dangerous for everybody. So stay safe, stay vigilant, and keep safe. I do think that's everything for the day. We'll be back tomorrow to get into so much more with our Steelers, guys. As again, we are spearheading to camp, Mike, just a little over a month away. It's going to be a blast. Again, guys, thank you for everything. You're amazing. You really do keep the show going. I tell this to everybody, and I do it often, as the board is the cream of the crop, Mike. Cream of the crop.
That they are, man. Literally the best Steeler fans you can find.
I couldn't agree.
And talk to every day with it. Like, I mean that, man. They are the best.
I agree. We thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. For RB, for Chuck, for Finch, for Derpy, for Mike, myself, the two Dum Yinzers. Everybody have a safe Monday. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.